Honorable members, the Assembly is now at the Committee of Supply to consider the bill, starting with the schedule and then the clauses. Clerk, may we proceed?
Thank you. Head 01, Office of the President.
It is proposed that Head 01, Office of the President, $737,815,063 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head
Am
02.
I hearing no? You don't want it. Why? You don't want allocation for it. No, but that was debated, and you expressed your concern, and I don't think you are outside the allocation of money to the Office of the President. You saying no to that? No, it's not for us to just be recording. We should know why people say things. We should know. It should be clear to the people who are listening to us. Go ahead. Pardon? No, but he's my technical advisor. No, he's technical advisor. No, what does he tell me? What did he say? No, what you heard, just say it. No, what I'm saying is, he's here to. No, he's not misinforming me. I would not allow somebody to misinform me. Go ahead.
Head 02, National Assembly.
It's proposed that Head 02, National Assembly, to the tune of $649,160,811 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 03.
Honorable members, let's not make a fun of our programs, please. When you say something, you have the right to say whatever you want to say. Please. All right.
Head 03, Judiciary.
It is proposed that Head 03, Judiciary, to the tune of $375,054,976 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 04, Independent Electoral Commission.
It is proposed that Head 04, Independent Electoral Commission, to the tune of $505,581,545 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 05, Public Service Commission.
It is proposed that Head 05, Public Service Commission, to the tune of $21,750,399 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 06, National Audit Office.
It is proposed that Head 06, National Audit Office, to the tune of $366,582,705 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 07, Ministry of Defense.
It is proposed that Head 07, Ministry of Defense, to the tune of $1,238,094,190 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 08, Ministry of Interior.
It is proposed that Head 08, Ministry of Interior, to the tune of $2,374,977,711 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 09, Ministry of Tourism and Culture.
It is proposed that Head 09, Ministry of Tourism and Culture, to the tune of $59,343,230 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 10, Ministry of Foreign Affairs.
It is proposed that Head 10, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, to the tune of $2,108,707,020 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 11, Ministry of Justice.
It is proposed that Head 11, Ministry of Justice, to the tune of $212,586,719 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 12, Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs.
It is proposed that Head 12, Ministry of Finance and Economic Affairs, to the tune of $2,281,466,173 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 13, Pensions and Gratuities.
It is proposed that Head 13, Pensions and Gratuities, to the tune of $722,500,000 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 14, Office of the Ombudsman.
It is proposed that Head 14, Office of the Ombudsman, to the tune of $52,447,622 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 15, Centralized Services.
It is proposed that Head 15, Centralized Services, to the tune of $1,182,973,522 stand part of the schedule.
Observation, please.
Pardon?
Yes. I wanted to know the central services. The recapitalization was put 300 million was put at the central services, but now if you add that one and this, it will be more this amount. Or the Minister of Agriculture, the budget line now is reduced to 40 million from the savings. So are they telling us they keep the monies at the Minister of Agriculture or?
Capitalization money is moved to agriculture. Yeah, I think we moved it to agriculture. Yeah. Yes. It is proposed that Head 15, Centralized Services, to the tune of $1,182,973,522. Let me repeat it. It is proposed that Head 15, Centralized Services, to the tune of $1,182,973,522 $973,522 is stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 16, Ministry of Lands and Regional Government.
It is proposed that Head 16, Ministry of Lands and Regional Government, to the tune of $373,949,880 is stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 17, Ministry of Agriculture.
It is proposed that Head 17, Ministry of Agriculture, to the tune of $1,756,590,933 is stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 18, Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure.
It is proposed that Head 18, Ministry of Transport, Works and Infrastructure, to the tune of $2,033,151,105 is stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 19, Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment.
It is proposed that Head 19, Ministry of Trade, Industry, Regional Integration and Employment, to the tune of $172,344,371 is stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 20, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education.
It is proposed that Head 20, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education. Yes.
Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education is almost 5 billion. Why not we look at higher education? It's less than a billion.
No, the amount is not necessarily to allocate by number. There are reasons why you allocated that amount. And those things were given and narrated and done. And it went through the process. So the total amount now is what you have agreed on after looking at all the heads. How can you say no to it when you have approved it? Why are you? It's an extraction. This one is the bill that has been extracted from what you have agreed. That's why you are not even, it's not necessary to debate over it.
And the bill can be amended
And
at the committee of some.
no, what I mean is, what will inform you for an amendment? Because you cannot just tell us it's too much or it's too little. You must identify something that should be done. Yes.
To understand the allocation for basic and secondary, almost 80% is PE, almost 90. So, in fact, what is left for development, this is where we are even looking at it. This is very small, in fact, because a good number, almost how many percent of the teachers constitute the civil service in this country?
Yes, I think we have to help the member to understand one thing. He was absent in most of the salient issues when we're dealing with the budget. And being a teacher, he knows the composition or the constitute number of teachers alone that has outnumbered even civil service. So I think the member should be assisted and guided for reference purpose.
Yes, thank you, Chair. I think my colleagues have said it all. We have more number of teachers than any civil servant here in the Gambia, and that we are advocating for their salaries to be increased. So I don't align with my member central body to say that we reduce from the Ministry of Basic to another ministry. It wouldn't tell well. Thank you.
Yeah, I think we should go ahead with our work. because the constitution guided this process. You understand? You understand? It guided this process. You can read 52:3. No, I can't read for you, my brother. Let's continue. He was not here.
Honorable members.
He was not here
Yes.
at the time.
I think what we must get a few things clear. You know, we are at the committee of the whole committee of supply on the appropriation bill. This was something that had been debated, looked into in detail, and agreed to by this honorable assembly. These figures were extracted, and now those are the figures they are bringing before us. If you tell us now 5 billion is too much, there must be reasons. You must tell us because this one is there, but that you cannot see that here. How will you tell us that and we agree? So the fact here is that stage has passed. Unless there were omissions in the extraction, you can notify us and then we try to clarify that. But to tell us now to go into the debate of whether it should be that amount or that amount, we are past that. Yes, please.
I'm not debating, but as far as I'm concerned, every stage of bill matters. Committee of supply, the reason you are putting to us is for members to either confirm, to say yes or no. Now, I have all right to say no to a budget item with the reason that, let me laugh, with the reason that there is a ministry that I feel like to be adjusted.
No, read
So now,
52.
the
No.
arguments advanced by colleagues that the number of teachers, the personnel, I'm now convinced. But we have
No.
We have all right at this stage.
And you have no right, Honorable, this stage, you have no right to take us to the debate. The right, Honorable, please, listen. No, what I'm saying is you have no right to take us to those figures. All what you have right to do is the extraction that you have agreed to and approved has been misquoted or understated. You have that right, but to take us into the debate, that one is out. Honorable Member for Woolly East.
You cannot say it any better. I think at this stage we are just confirming the numbers, the amounts that are there. Are they the correct numbers or not the correct ones? Yes. If they are missing, even for $1 seed.
Honorable members, please, we cannot go back to the old. We have done that. Here, this was done by Finance under the National Assembly. Clerk, they went to do their extraction on what the amendment we have done on the estimates.
Speaker.
What we do here is to confirm where those that we approved is what they have brought.
Here.
But to take us into
Yeah.
whether it's big or
Yeah.
small,
Here.
we are giving up.
Here. I think here. I think you are not fair to us, in fact, here. Because this person boycotted the budget. You understand? At the time. Let's continue on what we are doing.
All right. Yes,
Chairman, thank you very much for the floor. Please, the member has accepted now. Please, let's continue. He has accepted. Let's continue.
Under
Yeah, but now
the
Now
member
he
said,
said-
no, the
now
member said
he's-
he has a right to look at it and
Yeah,
tell us
yeah,
whether
yeah,
it is big
yeah.
or wrong. To which I said
yes,
no.
But his last comment, he said
This
he
last comment
accepted.
is the last one.
He
That's
accepted
that's
now.
just
So
now.
let's continue.
That's just now. He has just said that now. So you want us to make to believe that he has agreed since at the onset. No. That's why we are talking about it. If he had agreed, we would have proceeded. And we can proceed now. So, honorable members, but one thing we must get clear also is as parliamentarians, you have a right to do all what you want to do. But you are also subject to your own laws and regulations and processes. There are stages that we cannot now debate over whether this big figure is big or not. We have done that. What we are doing is the extraction correct? If it is wrong, you bring it about. We know. But the debate on it is gone. So please, let's proceed.
Head 20, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education.
It is proposed that Head 20, Ministry of Basic and Secondary Education, to the tune of 5 billion, $909,138,241 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 21, Ministry of Health.
It is proposed that Head 21, Ministry of Health, to the tune of $3,141,774,296 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 22, Ministry of Youth and Sports.
It is proposed that Head 22, Ministry of Youth and Sports, to the tune of $146,536,557 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 23, Ministry of Environment, Climate Change, Natural Resources and Wildlife.
It is proposed that Head 23, Ministry of Environment, Climate Change, Natural Resources and Wildlife, to the tune of $303,038,708 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 24, Ministry of Information, Media, Broadcasting Services.
It is proposed that Head 24, Ministry of Information, Media, BS, to the tune of $68,267,794 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no.
Yeah.
The ayes have it. Yes, Honorable Member for Lower Salu.
Yes, that's 24. Just for adjustment for the ministry, you need to give the full details of the ministry, and yes, for BS. Yes, but you could have write it in the full name. Yeah, full name. Yes.
I agree with you. Yeah, we should have the Ministry of Information. He said media and media and broadcasting services. I think that should have been stated openly and BS. And I think the Honorable Minister will take note of that. Let's move.
Head 25, Ministry of Fisheries and Water Resources.
It is proposed that Head 25, Ministry of Fisheries and Water Resources, to the tune of $60,576,421 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 27, Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology.
It is proposed that Head 27, Ministry of Higher Education, Research, Science and Technology, to the tune of $425,269,646 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 29, Ministry of Petroleum and Energy.
It is proposed that Head 29, Ministry of Petroleum and Energy, to the tune of $1,512,264,429 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 31, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare.
It is proposed that Head 31, Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, to the tune of $115,854,4 $431 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 33, National Human Rights Commission.
It is proposed that Head 33, National Human Rights Commission, to the tune of $87,218,228 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 34, Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy.
Honorable members, this is the Ministry of. The of is missing. It is proposed that Head 34, Ministry of Communication and Digital Economy, to the tune of $101,315,259 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 35, Ministry of Public Service, Administrative Reforms and Policy Coordination.
It is proposed that Head 35, Ministry of Public Service, Administrative Reforms and Policy Coordination, to the tune of $569,084,353 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 36, Office of the Vice President.
It is proposed that Head 36, Office of the Vice President, to the tune of $366,787,259 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Head 50, National Debt Services.
It is proposed that Head 50, National Debt Services, to the tune of $13,458,758,357 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Yes. Let me. Total appropriation.
It is proposed It is proposed that total appropriation to the tune of $43,490,961,954 stand part of the schedule. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. No, we are going. Honorable members, we now move to the clauses. Huh? We just started with the schedule, so we are going to deal with the clauses on the bill. It's just two.
Clause 1, short title and commencement.
Yes, honorable member for Woolly East.
Yes, the total that is written in words is 9000 instead of 961. It is 9000 and 61.
And the back of what?
The front page, the front.
Or the front of the
The sum total, the total, the grand total, in words.
Yes. In words.
Yes. Instead of 961,000, what is there is 9000.
Yeah, when we go to clause 2, when we go to clause 2, you make that proposal for amendment.
Okay.
All right. Go ahead.
Clause 1, short title and commencement.
It is proposed that clause 1, short title and commencement, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 2, expenditure of 43 million, 43 billion, 490 million, 961,954 dollars out of authorized consolidated revenue fund.
Yes, honorable member for Woolly East.
Yeah, it's just the same thing. Instead of 961, what is in words is 9000.
Yeah, honorable members, if you look at the wording, is not 961,000, it's 961,000. So TY should be removed. Thank you very much, honorable member for Woolly East. It is proposed that clause 2, expenditure of 43 billion 490 million 961,954 dollars out of authorized consolidated revenue fund stand part of the bill, as amended actually. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, the assembly now resumes. Honorable members, the assembly now resumes. May I now call on the Honorable Minister for Finance and Economic Affairs to report to the Assembly what transpired at the Committee of Supply. Honorable Minister.
Honorable Speaker and the whole House, I report that the bill entitled the Appropriation Bill 2026, having gone through the Committee of Supply with amendments, and that the report of the Committee of Supply on the Appropriation Bill be adopted. I submit.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, I now put the question that the report of the Committee of Supply on the Appropriation Bill 2026 be adopted. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Clerk, may you proceed?
Thank you. Order 74, Sub 8 and 75, third reading, Appropriation Bill 2026 by the Honorable Minister for Finance and Economic Affairs.
Thank you. Honorable members, I now call upon the Honorable Minister for Finance and Economic Affairs to move the motion for the third reading of the bill.
Honorable Speaker, I move that the bill entitled the Appropriation Bill 2026, having been considered with amendments, be read a third time and passed. I submit.
Thank you, Honorable Minister. Honorable members, it has been moved that the bill entitled the Appropriation Bill 2026, having been considered with amendments, be read a third time and passed. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Huh? Who? Division on what? No, yes, lemon. Clerk. Clerk.
Thank you. Third reading, Appropriation Bill 2026.
Thank you very much, Clerk. Honorable members, on your behalf, let me thank the Honorable Minister for Finance and Economic Affairs, who has all the time been with us with his technical backup throughout this session on the appropriation bill. So, Honorable Minister,
Mr. Speaker, I call for division, please. Thank you.
Honorable, don't disturb me. I have passed that stage. When you call for what division, I don't understand, because when I put the question, I only heard yes. I never had any other listing. I never had it. I never had it. Honorable, no, I'm not even repeating it. Honorable Minister, so on behalf of both sides of Parliament, we are very grateful. We thank you very much for your time and energy in this situation. And honorable members, let me thank you. We have just ended the budget. It has been a long period sitting, and almost everybody, you've put in your best to make sure that we look through the budget and get it approved as necessary, with the necessary amendments you deem fit to do. So thank you, honorable members. Honorable members, clerk, we can proceed.
Thank you.
His Excellency, the Vice
Order
President, has
72.
just arrived.
Consideration stage. Consideration stage of the Early Warning and Response Mechanism Bill 2024 by His Excellency, the Vice President.
Honorable members, you will recall that after the second reading stage, the bill automatically stood referred to the ABC. Therefore, the bill is appointed today for the consideration stage in accordance with Order 72. During the consideration stage, members shall have the opportunity to give detailed consideration and scrutiny to every clause and schedule in the bill. This stage also provides the first opportunity for amendments to the bill to be debated and voted on. I will now therefore resolve the Assembly into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to give consideration to the bill, and that's the Early Warning and Response Mechanism Bill 2024. Honorable members, the Assembly is now resolved into the Committee of the Whole Assembly. Honorable members, the Assembly would now go into the Committee of the Whole Assembly to consider the Early Warning and Response Mechanism Bill 2024, clause by clause. We will be guided by Order 72 of the Standing Orders during the consideration stage. And we will also be guided by the report of the Joint Committee on the bill, that is the Environment, Defense and Security, and Environment and Sustainable Development Committees. I hope you are together to lead us through. Are you together? The committees, because you will lead us through. Where is the committee, where is the chair of the Defense Committee? Pardon? Where is the vice chair? Who is saying I'm here? Okay. That is environment. What about defense? I want to believe that it's a joint committee. You people should be at the same place. Hey, volume. Honorable members, let me, on your behalf, welcome His Excellency the Vice President and his technical backup. We can now proceed. Clerk.
National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Bill 2024. Part 1 Preliminary, Clause 1 Short Title.
It is proposed. Pardon? Somebody asking. Are you fine? Okay, it is proposed that Clause 1, short title, stand part of the bill. Yes, please.
Of the bill, the act should be 2025 now instead of 2024. We should change to 2025.
That's correct.
No, we are in
No, we are
2025.
not. How can you post date your this thing? Where are you from? Yeah, it is, honorable member, the proposal is that short title, the act may be cited as the National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Act 2025. It is proposed that Clause 1, short title, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 2 Interpretation.
It is proposed that Clause 2, yes,
Yes, Chair. When you see the interpretation, where it says human security pillars on page 4, the meaning, the definition, human security pillars.
human.
Yes, it says includes governance and human rights, security, environment, crime, and health. So I'm questioning about the crime. Is that also a pillar of human security?
Honorable Speaker. Yes, sorry, from the committee.
Yes,
Clause 2, we have the committee propose amendment as follows. Yes, it said 1, Act means National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Act 2025. That the word crime under the definition of human security.
the meaning of act interpretation is 2025.
Yes,
Yeah, instead of 2023.
yes.
Okay.
Roman figure 2, the word crime under the definition of human security pillar
But Roman people, yes, sorry.
should be replaced with the word safety and security. Safety and security. Thus,
Roman figure.
that's our
Ah,
report.
that's your report.
Yes.
Now, when you make reference to what we have on the bill. That's page 4. You are now the interpretation for human security pillar. And then you say crime.
Yes, crime.
Crime should be out.
Under the definition, and it should be replaced safety and security. Yes,
Safety and security
yes,
and health.
yes. Then it should read as follows now. Include governance, human rights, safety, and security, environment, and health.
Honorable Speaker.
Honorable Minister, Your Excellency, bye.
Honorable Speaker, we take note of that. Unfortunately, crime, like other thematic sectors, were identified as one of the 5 human security pillars across the sub-region. And this unit to all the centers in the region, as was established under the 1999 protocol and agreed by all heads of state and government.
Yes, as per the committee, this is our recommendation. I don't know what he is. Yeah, because what happened is I think they're all invited, but it was never advanced to us. So I don't know.
Honorable, what we want to do is, whether it was advanced or not, what is right is what we want to do. So far, we are after that. You have done your homework, you have looked at it. Now we have information from these things. I think we should listen to both sides and not to hang on to, because we have decided on it. Yes, Honorable.
Yes, I think after hearing from the Vice President, I think the recommendation should be adhered to. We move. Yes, we retain as it is.
Kiang West.
Yes. Thank you so much, Honorable Chair. I think the submission advanced by His Excellency is very conceivable, that we leave the security there. It's very good.
Already an agreed thing within the sub-region. So we move as it is. Honorable Member for Woodley East. Under the committee. Okay. It is proposed that clause 2, interpretation, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 3, establishment of the National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Coordinating Center.
No issue.
It is proposed that clause 3, establishment of the National Early Warning and Response Mechanism Coordinating Center, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 4, objectives of the center.
No issue.
It is proposed that clause 4, objectives of the center, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 5, functions of the center.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
Yes. In clause 5, functions of the center. 1, the committee proposed that this section stands part of the following amendment. The word disseminate be included as part of the functions specified under section 5A. Because after collecting data, the essence is to communicate that data to the general public or stakeholders. So we want to include the word disseminate.
Yeah, where do you want to put it? Because the center shall
Section
A, monitor,
5A.
collect, etc., and then A Roman 1, public enterprises, etc. Where do you want to put in your proposal?
We have after the yes. We want it to read as follows: monitor, collect, disseminate, collate, analyze, etc. After collect, comma, disseminate. That is 5A. Yes.
You collate, you do that, you analyze and do everything, and then you disseminate the information.
Yes. Then
The
that's after
dissemination
collection.
should be the last bit.
Yeah, okay.
Huh?
Yes.
Yes, let's come. Yes, Central Badibu, then Kiang West.
Honorable Chair, I don't think it will be mandatory to put disseminate here in the law, because the data that you are gathering, you cannot oblige them to say you have to disseminate. That depends on the circumstances. So that cannot be a law here.
Thing is, there may be data that you may not want to disseminate. Yeah. Yes, Honorable Member for Kiang West.
Okay, dissemination might be an option if the need be. But what if the need be, then the option is not created for it. It is not just there to disseminate when it is not necessary to disseminate. You disseminate when it is necessary to disseminate. But if it is not provided for in the law, how do you do it when it is necessary to? So to put it there is an option rather than, closing it. So this is what the committee deemed fitting. That's why during our bilateral with the various institutions, we put it there. And I think the security institutions and all other institutions have agreed with it.
Here is, Your Excellency, are you with us on this issue of dissemination?
Yes, Honorable Speaker, we agree. Actually, we put it after analyze. Monitor, collect, analyze, disseminate, and maintain data or information provided by. Okay.
Disseminate and maintain. There are some concerns about dissemination information. I think it is when necessary. So, but what it may mean here is, it says the center shall. It becomes mandatory that they disseminate. If there is no qualifying thing there, as what the member for Central Badibu said, it means whatever information you have, you must disseminate it. How do we regulate that?
Honorable Speaker, the function of the center is to disseminate after analysis. It's not the raw data that is being disseminated. It's the analysis that is disseminated. That is why dissemination comes after analysis.
Yes, Honorable Chair, but Vice President, if you look at this particular function, you said alert and activate. For example, B, alert and activate national early warning and response mechanism towards potential threat to human security. Now, if you said this information should be disseminated, to who and which authorities? You understand? So I believe if you make it open, there is no cavity in law. So everybody can access this information. So, and if you look at C, it said it recommends response option following an in-depth analysis of challenges or threats related to human security. So security is a concern here. So is it that this information could be accessed by anybody?
What he said is actually is,
all
those dissemination only comes in after the analysis. After everything, they have done the analysis, that's where dissemination comes in. So it means now, whatever they will disseminate, they will now disseminate because an analysis is done. There may be issues that they think should not be disseminated.
Yes.
Through the analysis, they come to identify that one will not be disseminated. Yeah, yes, Honorable Member for Kiang West.
Honorable Chair, after all these processes, when you monitor, you collect, you collate, you analyze, now you will segregate the information as to what is of potential threat when it is out and what is vital for public consumption. Then they would disseminate those things. So after the analysis now, they will segregate the information and then do the dissemination. So,
propose that clause 5, functions of the center, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 6, establishment of the board of the center.
It is.
Honorable Speaker. Yes. Yes, the establishment of the board of the center. The committee proposed that this section stand part of with the following amendment. One, we said and crisis to national security. The committee proposed to include the permanent secretary, Minister of Agriculture, as part of the board in the representation. That's one of it. Then 2 addition also, Office of the National Security should be part of the board as they have a stakeholder in the day-to-day activities of the early one. Those are the two proposals.
You are proposing that permanent secretary agriculture and
be
what?
added part of the board and national security advisor. Office of the-
National security advisor.
Yes, Office of the National Security will be part of the board.
Your proposal is Office of the National Security or the National Security Advisor?
Executive of Office of the National Security.
You have said three things. What good?
A representative, an additional
Now
representative.
you are settling down for a representative of national security,
Yes,
of the Office of National Security Advisor.
very well.
Honorable members, you have comments before I put it to Your Excellency. Any comments? Yes, Honorable Member for Kiang West.
What of the, okay, here, currently we have the Director of the Early Warning and Response Mechanism under the Office of the Vice President. And is it not prudent for the Director of that department to sit in the board? Early warning under the Office of the Vice President. That's what I mean.
B is talking about the permanent secretary.
Sure.
You are talking about the director.
Exactly. That is a new suggestion.
That's from you.
Yes.
Now, before you come with that, let's deal with what we have. There are these proposals.
Yes.
What are we doing with these proposals? The inclusion of the permanent secretary, agriculture, and a representative of the Office of the National Security Advisor. Your Excellency, may we get your comments on those ones?
Honorable Speaker, we have no issue with that. I think for the agriculture, it was an omission, really. They have a key stake because they are responsible for corner sales. For National Security Advisor, we are ambivalent, so it's okay.
Of the Office of the National Security.
Correct.
Yes. Yes, go ahead.
What I was saying is currently there is a directorate under the Office of the Vice President dealing with the issues of early warning and headed by a director. What I'm saying is it will be important for that director to sit in the board. That's what I am suggesting. For director of early warning to sit in the board, it is very much important. And I think, Vice President, we may consider this.
Before that, can we get this one? H-I. Look at I. What is that? What is G about?
Honorable Speaker, this act is going to elevate the director to Director General. And that Director General will now serve as the secretary to the board.
Yeah, this is what I was saying. That is not G.
Yeah.
That is I. G. It's I. The G is about the permanent secretary, regional government. Okay, I think we need to get those things corrected. You have Your Excellency, you have this copy. You have this copy. You have this copy. No, but is your copy the same as this? No. No, the numbering itself should be the same. It's not the same. He has. I agree, but the numbering with us is different. Your Excellency, what number do you have on yours? G. No, don't read, please. We are not talking about the reading. His number is G for this position. Our number What is G? What is G? Read G. You see, that is not with us. Our own is I, the Director General, who shall be the Secretary to the board. This is what we are saying. So your copy is different from ours. Now it should be aligned so that. Huh? Yes. Yes. Thank you. Can you guide him to the page? Just a minute.
It's I. It's I.
You've got it. So your response here is, Honorable Member for Kiang West. They're saying that the Director General, who shall be the Secretary to the board, is a member of the board.
Yes, you know,
That
presently,
office will be elevated to the position level.
yes, that is it, because presently the position is not Director General.
This is what I'm saying. They are telling you that it will be elevated after the act. It will
Yes.
be elevated to that position.
Yes,
and he
he
will
will
be
be
the Secretary
elevated.
to the board. So you are satisfied? Huh?
Yes, that's okay.
Uh-huh. So, honorable members, yes, Honorable Woolley is.
Yes, if you look at the numbering also, from J it should be K instead of L. Have you seen it?
I, J,
K.
K. Yeah. Honorable, Your Excellency, the last thing, you know, we have I, the Director General, who shall be the Secretary, then J, and then last one should be K instead of L. I, J, K. Thank you, Honorable Member for Woodley, for always your invaluable contributions. Honorable Member, so the only amendment to this particular clause is, yes, go ahead.
The content, you talk about the letter. Yes, you know, you have it as a representative of a civil society organization appointed by the president. My proposal is to be a woman appointed or nominated by the Tango, the umbrella body, not the president. Yes. Why? In order to make sure that it's free from political nomination. Which man? No, this is the umbrella body now. Now it's Tango now who is going to nominate. No, you asked me, that's why I don't want to talk about that. But my issue is to make it balanced and to make it more participatory. Let the body nominate a woman to be a representative. You want to take me to that political line, and I don't want. Okay, now my reasons are so that we allow the body to make an independent nomination.
Yeah, committee.
Yes,
You wait. You have the last say. Yes. Yes, Honorable Member for Kiang West.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, when it comes to nomination of a civil society representative to the board, that person might be nominated by the civil society, like the umbrella body Tango, but the appointment of members to the board entirely rested in the powers of the president. That is what the Constitution says. You understand? When it comes to the appointment of members to the board, understand? Unless it is an autonomous bodies like the National Human Rights Commission and others, but if it is not, boards like this and the public enterprises, president appoints the members of the board.
We are only saying that they only have a right to nominate.
Perfect. They may have the right to nominate, but the appointment rests in the
appointive offices. That's the prayer. Yes, now the committee.
Yes, Chair, I think we should not waste much time in this. These are clear terms that is spelled in the Constitution, and we are guided by it. That's why, if you look at it, we didn't even deliberate much on this. So It's in line. It's in line.
Yes, what I'm also suggesting that a women representative from the civil society, we put a women representative from the civil society should be appointed. That we are a kind of guiding, because we want women active participation on political representation on any other issue. So in that line,
there is no man representation here. What we have here are position holders.
yes, but
And the
this one,
position holders are sometimes women.
but this one we want to be most.
No. Yeah, anyway.
Yes.
We have to be careful with those types. Very much. Yes, Honorable.
Speaker, I think, member, can you join us? You are also a committee member, so that we could speak the same language. Generally, yes. So I think the idea here is, it is left open. We don't want to be specific and say women or men. It says a representation. So these are clear terms that Tango could do the needful. So, and I also, Chair, with your permission, all committee members, please, can they join our table so that we can have a flow? Please.
This way, and then others this way, when you prepared your report. Eh?
You know,
Yes.
Chair, you know what happened? I am a member, but I even have this question for the Vice President. My question is, I've looked at the jurisdiction.
What we are saying is,
No,
you should
let
have
me
done
learn.
that at the committee stage.
No, I've did that, but it's one person.
Huh?
It's one person. It's one person. I did this, and I have this question for the Vice.
And then the committee never agreed.
No, yes. Because the issue is, we were trained, we look at in the sub-region, we are creating institutes. Now, look at ECOWAS, Ghana, and all other, this is embedded in the National Disaster Act. Why are we bringing so many institutions? This is my question. That this could have come in a form of a subsection within the act. And when they don't do that, to me,
Yes.
I think, yes, it's good that the committee, we follow them to guide us. But we are also looking at in terms of affirmative actions and in terms of women inclusion. That's why we highly recommended for the nomination by Tango to be a woman. Because, yes, you are not specific in the bill whether a man or a woman. But if you look at our position holders, it's dominated by men. So we want to use our gender lens to recommend for women inclusion. That's why we are specific.
Where is it? A representative of civil society organizations. We should say a woman representative. To block them to a woman. Are we all that fair? No. Yeah, but every sector should make sure that there is a balance. So they also have a role to make sure that they have male and female representation.
Speaker.
Especially when it happens. Because sometimes some of these things you mortgage, you compromise quality and efficiency to another thing again.
That's not the case here.
Yeah, all right. We are listening. When you are ready, you take your decisions. Hello, Young West.
Okay, Chair, in this case, it is not for any representative to go and sit at the board. It is not for anybody. It's to add substance, the values, for the representative to add value. So if there is a male representative from Tango or civil society who has the knowledge and can add value, it's rather to nominate that male representative. And if there is a female representative who has the stuff and can add value, and you send in that representative. But it is better to leave it leverage, to leverage it so that they can have an option in case of capacity issue. But if you close it, and if they don't have a woman with the right capacity to add value onto the board, you are just sending there for the case of pretense as a gender mainstream.
What you are saying in summary is the most qualified within should be sent to
Exactly.
the board. If
Exactly.
it's a woman, send the woman.
Absolutely.
If it's a man, send the man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, all right. Yes, honorable member for Serekunda West.
As a compromise, why can't we say, where possible, a woman? Just like in the case of our special committee. The standing order said where possible. Women advocates wanted a woman to be in the committee, but the standing orders say where possible. Can we use the same clause to where possible so that now they have the leverage to bring a woman that is more qualified? In cases where they don't have any, then they can bring in a man as a qualifier.
Miss B, and they are all qualified, but Mr. A is more qualified. What happens? No, where, I mean, what applies in that case? Are the most qualified? Yeah, but I also want to believe that in an institution where you have the most qualified, the representation will be the most qualified. I want to believe, whether we put it or not. Because these things only come in when we want to compromise some of those things so that we have the female representation. You know, we compromise certain things to have it. So where we agree, if we agree that we are going to compromise certain principles to have a woman, that's opposing to what he's saying we're looking for somebody who would add value, and whoever that person is should be sent. So where do we put it now?
Yes, Chair.
Yes.
For us as a committee, we leave it as it is because this is as important as we know. Early warning is not any Tom, Dick, and Harry. And if the selection is supposed to be done with the civil society will do the needful. We will not set laws to say civil society appoint X or Y. It's open, civil society will do the needful, then the president will also vet the person and do the necessary appointment. So I think we leave as it is.
Now, even if that's going to happen, but the nomination should be done by the civil society and the appointment to be done by the president. But here it means the president is going to appoint.
You know, when you usually nominate, you nominate a number. The appointive office, when that is with you, you don't compromise that. I will not allow you to nominate one person for me that I must put in when I have the right to appoint. I will not allow that.
You need to be clear.
No, that's why it is clear. That position is clear, that is the president's authority for that.
Yes.
Now, that authority, we cannot knock it down.
No. What I'm saying is my point.
I am sure there will be consultations. Those consultations will be there.
Then let's put consultation there.
Oh,
in
my
consultation.
friend,
Oh, no,
when
Chair.
you trust yourself, trust all others. He is elected. He is a president and a leader. No. You know why? Whatever you do and say here, you do it on behalf of Central Badibu. No, that is what it is. There must be some element of trust. Agreed.
It could be abused.
Chair.
Honorable members, where do we stand before
No, it's okay. For us as a committee, it's okay.
Committee?
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. All right. Then, honorable members, on clause 6, the only amendment before us now is the inclusion of the PS Agriculture Permanent Secretary and a representative of the Office of the National Security Advisor. And that takes the number to I, J, K, L, and M, isn't it? L and M, because they should be placed in order in a way best suited, you know. So we're now going to have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. They are now going to be 12, am I right? Because it's from amongst them that a chairman will be elected. Or the chairperson is different. So, Your Excellency, the chairperson, is he going to be amongst them, or he's going to be elected, is going to be appointed? It's going to be, so there are 13. I think the number is more than enough. 13 as a board. That, K should, sorry, I, J, K. K should be? Yes. This one. Minimum. From what I understand is, outside these two additions proposed by, who was it? The committee, we have no other amendments. Okay. It is proposed, yes?
The order in which we should write them, which means the permanent secretary of agriculture should come before the director general.
Yeah, we asked them to do that. We asked the legal people and the ministry to rearrange them for us. Yeah. It is proposed that clause 6, as the establishment of the board of the center, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Honorable members, there is one thing I was told, I think it's for your information, but I think we all know it. So far, it was 11 now to 13. It means the quorum for the meeting will increase. That's natural. Yeah, it's a simple majority. If it is 11, it was 6 people. If now it's 13, it will be 7 people for them to have a meeting. Okay. Listen.
Clause 7, appointment of non-ex officio members of the board.
No issue.
Yes, do you have any? No issue. No issue. Yes. Yeah, Wooly is.
It's just something little. Clause 2, but they say clause 2A. Subclause 2A. Huh? You know, you have 2A is saying it continues. I'm even thinking maybe this should just be together. But anyway, where it is saying professional qualifications, the last line of A, I don't think you need to polarize that because maybe the person just need one qualification, not qualifications. If the person has a professional qualification relating to human security pillars, is that not suffices? Rather than you have to have qualifications for that. Remove the S.
I do you well, and I know what you mean. Honorable members, what he is saying is, we remove the S on professional qualifications on 2A, because that may mean that you need more than one professional qualification. Are you hearing? Are you with us? Yeah, 7.2A. Your committee, you are fine. Yes. Central Badibu.
Yeah, but if you look at it, it said a Gambian who holds a relevant academic qualification. Okay, or professional, I have no issue with that in human security. But now, what do you call as relevant academic qualification?
That will come after we judge this one. We are dealing with this S and removing the S. Let's sort that out, then you come in with yours.
No, the S is not a problem. It's not significant.
For you, it's not significant. For those other people, it's significant. So what do we do? Committee.
Chair.
We remove the S or we leave it?
Yeah, remove the S. Agree.
Huh? We remove it.
Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Chair, I'm not in support of removing the S because the person can have more than one qualification.
The agreement is not, you cannot have more than one. The agreement is, if you have a professional one, you can be qualified. If you have 2, 3, 4, you can be qualified. But if you say S, it means if you have one, you are not qualified. That's what he's saying.
Chair.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's go to another one. Yes.
Chair, even without S, can represent plural. In this contest, even without S, a professional qualification, it can be many qualifications, even without S. So the S there is not significant at all. You remove it, you don't remove it, it doesn't change the intent of this legislation.
Yeah, if you look at the sentence properly, I think it's in fact wise to leave S there. Because the sentence, you have the first part, the academic or professional qualification. So it's okay.
If you remove the S, is qualification, it can also, if the person has more than one qualification, that is fine. But if you put qualifications there now, it means that the person must have 2 qualifications or more. That's what it means. But if we leave qualification there, that suffices.
No, Kiang East.
Sorry. Kiang East.
Yes, I think we remove the S because it suggests that the minimum qualification you need is only 1. So, but if you add S, it means you must have more than 1 qualification for the position. So,
Honorable members,
and maintain the minimum.
If the agreement,
yeah,
if the agreement that I'm hearing from some other sides is that leaving S and removing S
exactly
does not make a difference, why don't we
no,
remove it?
It makes a difference, of course.
We remove it.
We remove it.
Okay. Your Excellency, any comments? All right, honorable members, we remove S on clause 7.2a, professional qualifications on second line. S out. It is proposed that clause 7, appointment of non-ex officio members of the board, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 8, functions of the board.
Hello, Chair. Yes, clause 8, function of the board. The committee proposed that this section
We have just passed. If you turn the page, you will see 3 there. 3. Sub 3.
Yes.
And that sub 3 is talking about the National Assembly. It's like a possibility for the National Assembly to be a member. A member of the National Assembly, the holder of a political office or an officer of a political party, shall not be qualified to be appointed as the chairperson or member of the. No, that's fine.
Chairperson. Yeah. And even if that's close,
we should just say shall not be a member rather than shall not be qualified to be a chairperson. No, it's not okay.
Yeah, but no ordinarily speaking, if you look at the National Assembly, they cannot be members of boards, even if you don't put it. We do have proposals from some institutions trying to put National Assembly members as board members. We will just respond to tell them, no, that is not possible. Yes.
Chair, we may even expunge that because it doesn't need to even be there to say whether they should be part of the board or not. Let them not even be part of the options at all. We can expunge that at all, in fact.
Honorable Speaker. I think we leave it as it is.
But we
Say for
we can say a member. No, a member of a political party office. No, a holder of a political office shall not be a member of this commission. But National Assembly, we omitted. I think that's what we can coin it, because it is also critical to make sure that politicians don't go and invade the place. Yes?
But Honorable Chair, when it comes to national security, Vice President sits there and is a political appointee. Comes to national security. Vice President, His Excellency. But what I mean is,
The appointment.
okay, let's come to the board. Let's come to the board. Who, on our opinion, is going to be the chairperson of the national security? Sorry, early warning and response mechanism.
The board members, Lamin. Chair, for us as a committee, we leave it as it is.
Yeah, let's leave it as it is, please.
Okay. It is proposed that, I've even put the question already. No, yeah, I mean, I have put the question. No, I have put the question. If we are going to do it, we are going to revoke our earlier one. I have already put the question. It is proposed that, I think you are on the committee, you are saying you are proposing something on an amendment on clause 8.
Yes.
What is it?
Functions of the board. The committee proposed that this section stand part of the bill with the following recommendation. A new section be created to explain the functions of the board. So here, we put this to the vice president, because when you look at the function of the board, it's only the function of members of the board, but the function of the board chair is not explained. So, Honorable Vice President.
Are the functions of the board or the functions of the board chair?
Board chair person.
The board chair person.
Yes, it's not specified, so we want to leave it to the vice president and his team to suggest.
It may be, anyway, Vice, what's your opinion?
That was what was agreed in our committee engagement, so that we can put it to them. Yes, and they can do their consultation.
Yeah, Honorable Chair, we looked at it. We don't have any problem with that. So we are actually proposed two functions. One, that is A, to convene and preside over board meetings, and B, setting up the meeting agenda in consultation with the board secretary, which are normally the functions of the board chair.
But is that all his functions? Because some things outside, if you state it down, it means any order that is not there can be challenged. And that, I don't think the chairman's function is only that. He's the head. Because I don't know. Legal people, help us. Common, according to them, to state all that, because it may not be exhaustive. If you put something and then it's not there, anybody can challenge it tomorrow you may make a certain decision which is not captured in the act, and then you'll be challenged. The board chair.
No.
Yes.
I think, yes, I think that makes sense. Certain powers, certain decisions within the board are confined within the powers of the board chair. That is they probably may decide the venue of the meeting, and as well as the time of the meeting. You understand? We do have it in some of the legislations, where the board chair may summon the meeting and state the venue and the time of the meeting.
Yeah, we are not opposed to that. What we, I don't know. The challenge is omitting it is more common.
It's more
common, not to put those things there because it's not exhaustive. If you talk about a board member, his role he cannot even state the role of a board member, much more a board chairperson. If it is not captured in the act, anything that is done or he is done could be challenged. So I think that should be silent. Yes.
Yes. The reason why we advance for an input in some of the functions of the board chair, we agree onto this as a committee that if we also omit it, tomorrow somebody will come and say, this is not the function of the chairperson, but it's the function of the board. So this was how we wanted to engage. You know, when you look at the bill, we have functions of board, but the function of the chairperson is not specified. So we thought this way that engaging them for them to come with a specific guideline for the chairperson will also be very needful.
No, but you know, if anything that is stated here as part of the functions of the board, whoever is the chairperson knows that he cannot do those ones. If it is outside this one and it emerges, he may be able to do those things.
Now what we are putting is what would he or she hold as his responsive function when it's not part of the bill?
The head of the board?
Yes.
He's the head of the board.
We met as a committee and delegated responsibility. It's part of lawmaking.
Why don't we allow then the appointing office to appoint, because they will be issued with letters of appointment. They will be given their TORs in detail. Because when you are appointing somebody, let's say as the board chairperson, looking at the details and the intent, you can say as much as possible that we may not be able to say in a legislation.
It's possible. Anyway.
Your Excellency, what we are probably suggesting is to let it to the appointing office. When they are appointing somebody, you can say his terms TOR, his terms of operation, his functions, and all these things. You can put in as much as possible, rather than in a legislation.
We agree with that proposal.
Honorable members, the committee, I think we can agree ourselves with that.
Yeah, Chair. This is just, I think when you look at our various bills that are here before this parliament, the reason why we as a committee wanted to engage the Vice President's team for them to come, because we look at some of these bills that are before us in parliament, the board chairperson's functions are explicitly clear in the bill and they are highlighted.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it is okay. Maybe the Vice President will work with this team and specify, then a caveat will put and say any order assigned by whatever, so that we will be able to know that not exclusively tying them to a particular function or the limit.
Let's not say because it happens, we should continue that process. We are to be analytical and see if we are doing something which has some side effects or any other thing, we should be bold enough to correct it and move forward. What we are saying is to state the functions of a board chair may not be exhaustive in a statement and in a legislation. If you are doing the appointment, why don't you just include it there? And then you can put in as much and think about it as much as possible. That would help you. than we put it in a legislation. And some of our own acts don't have board chair functions. We don't have it. Yes. Yeah. Yes, let me have him and you.
Yes, Chair. Only Woolly East and Serakunda has called my attention to page 10, clause 10 rather. Clause 10, where they have specified some of the functions and the powers of the board chair when it comes to convening meetings, times, and in his absence, who stepped in. Those things are taken care of in the case of meetings. Maybe probably if it is for other decision makings, I don't know. But in the case of meetings, clause 10 has taken care of that. When you look at sub 2 rather, the board shall meet at least once every 3 months for the conduct of business at the time and place determined by the chairperson. 3, where
we are in full agreement. In fact, at all times, board chairpersons are responsible for that. They convene meetings. They talk about this, the place, the location for the meeting, and the time for the meeting, if it is not stated in any of their regulations. But what we are saying is, it's not common that we put some of these things in the act. To say that you, the board chairperson, these are your functions. You know, if you put that in the act, it will include a lot of other things than what we have just said.
Agreed.
So what we can do is the appointing office will tell you, you are appointed for this, and probably these are your, they can enumerate as much as possible. They can give you your TOR. But in the act, so usually we have the board that is stated, and then the chairman will stated he will be hearing and doing this thing for the board, to call the board meeting and all these things, just as he stated. But other functions of the chair, you cannot put all that here. So it is proposed that clause 8, functions of the board, which one? Eight, no. 8B, A, B, C, D.
A, B, like boy.
B,
for
okay.
boy.
Where
it says oversee the activities of the center to ensure that the center perform. We say performs. That's the correct language. Performs its functions properly and effectively.
is voted on unless we
No, we have not voted on any of these clauses.
Of course.
We are just about to vote on it. It is proposed that clause 8, functions of the board, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 9, tenure and vacation of office.
No issue.
It is proposed that clause 9, tenure and vacation of office stand.
Yeah, the 9.2, where it says the notice shall take effect from the date the president receives it. Is that the normal thing to do? Is it the date of the letter or the time the president receives it? Which one is, where does the counting start? I say 9.2.
From the date of the letter, that's not fair to the receiver.
9.2.
No, that's not fair to the receiver. If you say the date on the letter, then you are not fair to the receiver. Because it can be dated on the 9th, only for him to receive it on the 30th. So it should be effective when he receives it. No, you make so, you know, when you take a letter to somebody and it's acknowledged that it's in receipt, that is, he has received it. Yeah, he has received it. But you cannot put it on the date on the letter. You can put the date on the letter, it's left in the office for 2 weeks before it is sent. You cannot blame the receiver for that. It is proposed that clause 9, Tenure and vacation of office stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 10, meetings of the board.
It is proposed.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, yes.
Yes, clause 10, meetings of the board. The committee proposed that this section start part of it with the following amendment. Suggestion is given. It is suggested that the drafters should explain the meaning of simple majority under subsection 5.
Is there any other meaning to simple majority?
For it to be clear.
No, but do you know of any other meaning to it? Yes, yes, honorable member for Kiang West.
The argument at the time is that when you call simple majority, this is when it comes to voting or decision making. But when it comes to making a quorum, you may specify a number to say this is the quorum. But when you say a simple majority, when it comes to quorum making, our thought was that when it comes to simple majority, it's about voting and decision making. So here, in the case of making a quorum for the commencement of a meeting, this was a kind of an argument, and we advance and we request for an explanation.
You are using quorum. He's talking about simple majority.
But it is relating simple majority to a quorum.
No, you know, when you talk about simple majority has, I think, one definition.
But these are two. You cannot separate them.
Where quorum? A
and
quorum,
quorum
also,
and the simple majority
a
here.
quorum also is always half a little above half. Whatever, anything above, a little above half is a quorum. But in a situation where you have, for instance, 11, you know, we cannot have, it should be 5.5 or so, but we cannot have half. So the quorum for 11 is 6.
No, but you know, in certain cases it's different. Like in National Assembly, the quorum for 12 committee members is 3. It's 3.
No, that is by our own standing orders. That's not, we created that. But that's not the standard. We said that in Parliament. That's our own. There are certain regulations that we apply to ourselves. It's not applied to any other person outside.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, but let's look at this thing carefully. 5, it reads, the quorum at a meeting, the quorum, 5. Okay, the quorum at the meeting of the board is simple majority of the board. Okay, so there, the quorum, any number that they have, simple majority. It has only one meaning. No, yes, what is the meaning?
Meaning putting everything together more than half. Okay. That's all it means. Do you have any other meaning?
No, thank you for schooling
me. Yes, yes.
When it comes to simple majority here, it is not necessarily referring to more than half of the board. And at least one more than the half of those members present would of course take the decision. But when it comes to making a quorum, simple majority does not fit the quorum. It does not fit it.
Honorable, number 5 reads. Number 5 reads.
Yes, it doesn't fit.
The quorum at a meeting. It's not talking about decision making. For you to be able to start a meeting, the quorum is a simple majority. That's all what it's talking about. No decision making process there. Please, let's not be labeled on this. Please. It is proposed that clause, what is it? Clause 10. Meetings of the board stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 11, secretary to the board.
If you have
Chair,
any?
Yes. The committee proposed that this section stand part of the bill with the following amendment. 1, the numbering of sub-clauses of this section should be amended to start from A to D instead of E, F, G, H. Yes?
It is numbered EFGH. It should be ABCD. Huh? Yes.
Then the other one also, because the Director General is the Secretary of the Board as specified under Section 62I. The second subsection of this section, originally 11F, should be amended to ensure that the Director General as the Board Secretary. Yes. That is now B. It is now-
11F. There's no 11F.
11F, you know, we've changed it now.
okay.
It will
Yes,
now be
yes.
11B.
Yeah.
Should be amended to ensure that the Director General as the Board Secretary consult only with the chairperson.
Yeah,
the board.
prepare the agenda for board meetings after consultation with the Director General.
With the chairperson of the board.
Who prepares? Who is it? Is it the secretary?
Yes.
But you know, yeah, I think this one should be looked into. Because here, the secretary is to consult the Director General. And we understand that secretary itself should be the Director General. So that looks a little bit this thing.
So now
So
consult with
we
the
say,
chairperson.
prepare the agenda for the board meetings after consultations with the
No,
board
the board.
chairperson.
Yes.
Hey. Kaba, please. Vice, after consultations with the board chairperson, prepare the agenda for board meetings after consultation, not with the Director General, but with the board chairperson. Huh? Not the Director General and the board chairperson, but consultations with the board chairperson or with the chairperson of the board. With the chairperson of the board. And H? The last one, Chair Committee.
Yes.
Perform such other functions as the board or the Director General may assign. It's not as the board or board chairperson may assign. Not Director General anymore.
Oh, yes, okay.
Board chairperson, huh?
Yes, not Director General. Okay.
It is proposed that clause 9, Secretary to the board, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 12, disclosure of interest.
Yes.
You said clause 9, it's clause 11, huh?
I said, did I say clause 9?
Yes.
For safety, let me repeat it. It is proposed that clause 11, Secretary to the board, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 12, disclosure of interest.
Proposed
No
that-
issue.
It is proposed that clause 12. Yes.
Let's look at this clause 12 closely. I have problem in B, 1B, as well as 2. You say 1, a member of the board who has a direct or indirect interest in a matter before the board for consideration, A, shall disclose in writing the nature of that interest, and the disclosure shall form part of the record of the consideration of the matter. And B, is disqualified from being present at or participating in the deliberation or determination of the board in respect of that matter. 2, a member shall be suspended from taking part in the meeting.
Not us two. You have your comments here. Say that comment first. We
Yeah,
clear that.
okay, well, that was a minor one because he said participating. I just want to say participates. Present at or participates in the deliberation instead of participating in the deliberation. But that's not my major. Yeah.
Look at it, agree or disagree. Or
Yeah, okay.
if you are
Before-
not
before
proposing
we move
anything, if
to
you are
the
not
next
proposing anything, we continue.
Yeah, okay.
You are not proposing.
No,
on A.
my proposal is to change this participating into participates. And then we move.
Huh?
Hey,
It's wrong, language-wise.
They are saying, even the legal people are saying participate.
they are fine with that. Okay.
Yeah.
Now we
Okay.
go to 2.
Now,
A
sorry,
member.
sorry.
Participate.
Participate.
On one.
That's what I told them, but they're saying.
On the same issue?
Yeah, no. my
On
issue-
one. Okay, go
Yeah,
ahead.
On one, my issue is, Honorable Chair, why should we say shall disclose in writing the nature of that interest? I think if the person who has an interest in that can excuse him or herself. You understand? But why should I write my reason?
No.
No, that's personal.
Look, you are appointed to this office as an independent person on behalf of the people. And you find yourself complicit in certain things. You disclose that. To say that A, B, and C, and D is my interest in this and this thing, and therefore you don't participate. No, if it is, then you. This is standard anywhere. Yes, but that even morally is correct. All right. B, can you continue?
Yes, B, a member shall be suspended from taking part in the meetings of the board for 3 consecutive meetings if that member has an interest in a matter before the. I think this is interest in a matter before the board and fails to disclose that interest or is present at or participates, you see, in the deliberations of the board in respect of that matter. I am saying, if somebody commits such a thing, should you just stop him from participating for 3 consecutive times? Is that sufficient? Because that could have been a serious reason why
you are saying that crime is so serious.
Yes.
That just suspending the person for 3 meetings is not enough. You are probably thinking of something else. And what is that proposal?
Chair.
Bring your proposal.
Chair.
I'm saying that action is grave, and therefore the person needs a bigger punishment than just not sitting in a meeting. Because if for example, I'm doing it for monetary reason, it could be in the millions, and I will never be able to get that from sitting. So if we just punish me for not sitting for 3 times, so we should remove that person.
Yeah, you are saying that you have sworn to an oath.
Yes.
And then you have your laws and these things regulating you. You are told that when you have some of these things, you disclose it and they don't participate. Now somebody refuses to do that and he participates and is known. You are saying that 3 months suspension from participating in this thing is not enough. It's 3 sittings is not enough. You feel that the person should be removed from the board. Yes, comments? Yes, Honorable.
I think that one we should all agree with that. He has flagged a very valid point, because that action alone might be very expensive for the board. That might have cost the board a lot, and that might be done on an interest base. So when the person does that, just to suspend the person from 3 consecutive meetings might be a very linear punishment for that action. So on my view,
comment.
Total removal.
Yes,
is
Honorable
sufficient.
Member.
Thank you, Chair. For me, the punishment there is lenient, but also for removal totally from the board might be very harsh.
Yes,
I am suggesting a punishment of increasing the suspension, the number of not attending meetings, the suspension to be increased than to exactly to remove him totally from the board. Thank you.
Honorable Member, you have opinions. Pardon?
Chair.
Yes.
But that is going to affect the board. that is going to affect the board. So there has to be a limit as to how much, reoccurrence someone absent from the meeting. So this suspension as a punishment, we cannot, at the end of the day, punish ourselves when we are punishing somebody for misconduct. But when we punish the person for 5 consecutive meetings or more, that is, we are punishing the board because the person's presence is to add value. So total removal and bringing in somebody, I think it makes sense than, suspending for long.
Yes, for me, 2 things are here. One, the suspension, and the other one will also be the removal. For example, how do you equate, this is about an interest that he shows, failed to declare his interest. And in that, how to call it, expelling him or removing him from is, we look at this thing. One, increase the suspension to more than 5 meetings. The other one, we add another to include and say, investigation will be mounted. If found wanting, then we can now come with a caveat of totally removing him. This is my suggestion.
No, that may not be necessary, because this one, before you can say he has failed to disclose the interest, you must have done an investigation. Before I can say Alimame has done A, B, and C, I must have investigated and get the facts to say that. So all these actions come after those things happen.
The reason why I'm saying so, if showing interest is one thing, interest gaining is another thing. These are 2 things that I wanted for us to see how we can put it. I can show interest without getting anything onto that interest. And secondly, I can show interest and gain something out of that interest that I've shown.
Law is, if you have interest, disclose it. Whether you are, that's what the law tells you. And that's what you have sworn to do. So, to determine whether you have gained something material or too much or too small is another thing completely.
Chair.
And we must be careful.
Chair.
Yes.
Chair.
Honorable Member for Janjambure.
Thank you, Chair. Chair, I think it's important that we reflect on tenure and vacation of office, which shared 3 years, and suspending a board member for 5 consecutive meetings might take half time of what that individual should serve in that particular capacity. So as such, I want to advise that we stick on the 3 consecutive meetings, which might almost take about a year from the person's terms of office, or otherwise let the person be definitely suspended.
Chair.
Don't suspend him.
Chair.
You drop your gun.
Chair. Serakunda. Yes, Chair. The issue of dishonesty as per this act is taken seriously, because Clause 14, appointment of the Director General of the Center. A person shall be qualified for appointment as Director General of the Center if he or she, that's sub 3, and 3B, 3A, it states, has never been convicted of an offense involving dishonesty or fraud. And failure of disclosure of interest is dishonesty. So that person should be expelled from the board. Yeah, what I'm suggesting is that person should be dismissed from the board.
If you, let's put the 2 together. That's disclosure of interest 1, A and B against 2A and B. 1A and B talks about a member who has a direct or indirect interest in a matter before the board for consideration. A shall disclose in writing the nature of that interest, and that the disclosure shall form part of the record of the consideration of the matter. Even with that, you have disclosed it, it's not allowing you to sit there. Still, and you have done that. And he says is disqualified from being present at the meeting, present at or participating in the deliberation of the district. You know, so when you have those two there, you are a board member, and then you flout those things. I think suspension is not a solution. I want to believe, if we look at it, if you know you do that and it's found that you have done it, you should be removed from the board, and a more competent person will replace you. Yes, let's have Honorable Jimara.
Jimara, okay. Thank you, Chair. I think we have deliberated on this extensively. My understanding is, as you rightly mentioned, anybody who fails to disclose your intention or your interest in the matter, that is a deliberate act. So anybody who does that, I think suspension should not be, that is so linear. It's a dishonesty. So what I'm suggesting is for us to go for removal of the person.
Honorable Chair. Honorable Chair, this is like a non-board member sit in a meeting and takes part. It's just like that, because it says you should not be take part. You should not even be there. So it's as equal as a non-board member being present in a meeting and taking part in that meeting. It's as equal as that.
Opinion of His Excellency.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. Actually, one of the bills that is already currently being discussed in cabinet on this clause is to expel them completely.
So, Honorable Member, what do we do? So it looks like we now agree that a member shall be expelled from shall be removed from the board. Anyway, it should be worded by our legal people to mean that if you do A or B, you should be removed from the board. Huh? Yes?
Legal team should help us to reframe this. We should write the conditions first, and then we come and say failure, removal. But the way they frame it, it's kind of making it difficult for a layman to understand. It's fine, but then the two should be, if you fail to do disclose, you fail to you participate, then the repercussion should come last. If you can frame it that way, that'll be fine.
When the repercussion comes first, is there anything wrong? Yeah, it's the wording that made it clumsy. Anyway, can you help us reframe? Meanwhile, we will continue. When you are ready?
Shall be expelled from the board. That is.
Two. Now it's no more 2A. A member who has an interest in a matter before the board and fails to disclose that interest, or is present at or participates in the deliberations of the board in respect of that matter, shall be removed from the board. We are fine. It is proposed that clause 12, disclosure of interest, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 13, policy directives on the center.
It is proposed that clause 13,
No issue.
It is proposed that clause 13, policy directives on the center, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 14, appointment of the Director
Honorable
General
Speaker.
of the center.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, the committee proposed this section as part of following amendment. It is considered that the abnormal from the qualification of Director General as specified under section 14(3)(c) to include 15 years of work experience, while the qualification for the chairperson of the board specified under section 7(2)(d) is 10 years. The committee recommends that the qualification of the board chairperson be 15 years of work experience, while the director to be 10 years. Reverse proportion, 10 years, 15 years. That is our suggestion.
Remember, there are two different portfolios.
Yes.
The board under the director is more technical. You need the expert. They are the people doing the day-to-day operations of the board. That's different from the board. Remember that. You don't mix them up.
So how about the
In
chairperson?
fact, most of the information of the board is from the director. So let's the board chairman and the board, they are the boss. Yes, but the operators and the technical this thing is the people, the workers down there. Be careful. So you need people who are seasoned in the area to be able to be effective. Honorable, are you hearing me? Yeah, I think let's if you are to be Director General, he's the brain and everything of the institution. Don't worry, the board chairman is his boss, but he's more powerful in terms of operational mechanisms in the board. Huh? If you think it is too much for 15 years, you can bring it down to 10 years, at least 10 years, instead of at least 15 years. Yes, Honorable Member for Janjambure.
Speaker, yes, I want to suggest that we peg it to 10 years and also give young administrators the opportunity to apply for such a position.
Always remember, some of these positions, age may count. Age counts a lot. Very well. Young administrators should also learn on the ladder until they are well seasoned. Youth empowerment, it should be, yes, Same.
Thank you, Chair. I think maturity also counts a lot. Despite that you have the experience, but the maturity is also very, very important.
Honorable K, some useful people here. Even the behaviors are different. you see the difference. So 8 counts. So, but are we agreeing to reduce it to 10 years? To at least 10 years.
10 years is fine.
It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. 10 years is okay.
10 years?
Yes.
Honorable member, the proposal is to reduce it to at least 10 years. Your Excellency, no problem.
We agree to that.
Instead of has 15 years of work experience, it will be has at least 10 years of work experience. Hey. Hey, the thing here is we are removing 15 to 10. So we have has at least 10 years of work experience. Yeah. Where, is that there? Uh-huh. 5 years in money. Yes, okay. Yeah. So, but has at least 10 years. Honorable members, has at least 10 years work experience, of which he or she has at least held 5 years in managerial position in a recognized institution. So it is proposed, yes.
The 5, clause 5, sub clause 5. The president may remove the director general from office for any incapacity resulting from poor performance. Is that your legal language? For incompetence. For incompetence, then it goes to then you say infirmity of body.
Yes, I understand what you're trying to put. You know, usually incapacity may lead to, it means, yeah, I don't know how you legal people put it. We tend to put two things together. Is it okay? That is number 5, 14.5, sub 5. Yeah, this is what he says. This is why the framing. Yeah, but what he's saying, is this therefore correct to say it this way? What about this way? The president may remove the director general from office for inability to perform the functions of his or her office, whether from infirmity of mind or body, or from any other cause, or from misbehavior or other incompetence.
Incompetence. 14.5. It should be arising from infirmity of body.
Yeah, arising, you mean inability to perform the functions of his office. Yeah, arising from infirmity of mind or body. Yes.
Incapacity results into poor performance is as equal as inability to perform your functions as you're supposed to. There's no difference in that. Your inability to perform your expectation, your duties, is incapacity to produce performance. It's just
Yes, Honorable.
Yes, you know, when you talk about incapacity, sometimes it's about the health or the person himself, not relating to actually your inability to perform. The inability to perform, if you check on section 8 or H, that is the board will determine that. The board will say whether what you are doing is in line with what is expected of you. That is very different. But once somebody is sick, for various reasons, you are unable to perform your job. So I think in incapacity, that's exactly what we are referring to here, of the mind or the body. The mind, in fact, it refers to when you are, really not very stable mentally, and of the body is like when you are sick and something like that. I think those are very distinct. Yeah. Linked, exactly.
Says the Director General from office for any incapacity of mind or body resulting to poor performance, probably, because you cannot say from poor performance. Because if you are gauged to have some mental problems or some other problems, body or mind, that affects your job, you can be removed. I think that's what that's what they're trying to capture here. How do we put it? Because usually, in our legal instruments, it's found in many areas, and there is a way that they put it. Why should we put this one differently?
Yes, Honorable Speaker.
Excellency.
With your permission, Honorable Speaker, as you have rightly said, most of the legislation is just to do with your mental health. But what we have realized is that all of this legislation did not cater for poor performance itself. You can be of sound body and mind, but you are not performing. This is what we want to introduce there. Inability to perform is like you are healthy, you're of sound mind, but you cannot deliver as expected.
Yeah.
That's it. This is
Excellency. So it means from office for any incapacity resulting from
Like I said, the other part has been dealt with. I think most legislation, that's what you have. That is why the medical board has to determine that. All right, but if you are not performing consistently, you are underperforming.
You can be removed.
You should be able. The president should be able to remove you. This is what we are saying.
Okay. Are you following? Yes, Honorable Serekunda West.
What the Vice President is trying to explain, I think that is difficult to capture in law. Because we know the issue of mind and other health, you refer them to a board to examine. In the event where the person is underperforming with all these functional things in him, where are they going to refer the person to qualify a dismissal? So I think maybe the general order or others act will take care of that, not necessarily to incorporate it in the law, because you cannot really prove it physically. In health, you refer to medical. That's my take.
Yes, I think we need to break down this one. I think one, the performance of the individual is important. If you are unable to perform, there must be a way for you to be removed from office. And I think when you look at the board is going to supervise this particular person, and the board will have periodic review about this particular person, like appraisal or whatever. And if the board realizes that this person is not performing based on what is actually expected, then they can make a recommendation to the president to remove this person based on performance. Then the second aspect would be about your ill health, for example. And the ill health, naturally what we do is you refer that to a board, medical board, to check to confirm that this person is not able to perform because we are sick. I think we need to break it down into two. One about performance, the second one about ill health. And the ill health, we refer that to a board where the medical board can check. If they realize that Mr. Mo cannot perform because of ill health, then they recommend the removal and the president will remove. But in terms of performance, the board will play a role in it, and then the board will make a recommendation to the president. So that's why we need to break it down into two parts, performance and ill health, and there we are good to go.
You know, Upper Salon is...
Wole East.
Yes, I'm saying the member is saying the board will decide, but we should be, if that is going to be there, it should be an independent body rather than the people working with the person. Because they
No,
can
honorable,
So
yeah,
I-
you don't,
I-
usually they are assessments.
because if it is infirmity of body and mind, we already know there is a medical board that will determine that. But if it is incapacity resulting from performance, if we say people around him, working with him to determine that, will that not be a problem?
The head, that's the Director General, who is working under the board, if the board is assigned to be the supervisory role and policy issues. Now they have your usual assessments, appraisals, etc. If you have a Director General who is not performing, because probably the capacity, he lacks the capacity or any other thing, you don't need an external person for that. The board should be able, after their appraisals and commissions, to be able to make a recommendation for the removal of that person. That's the relevance of the board. But if you want to go into the issue of there should be an independent body again, who may not know much about that person and his work at the office, that becomes difficult. Yeah.
Okay. Chair, I think like Serekunda said, it is enough with this one, number 5, as it is with regards to incapacity, is referring to the health, mental health, body health. In that being the case, is normally referred to medical board that will satisfy or give directives. But with the inability, that one like he mentioned, we leave it to the board of directors to determine with their policies and their evaluation mechanisms. They will realize whether this man is capable, is able to deliver or not, and based on that, they can recommend for him to be sacked. I don't think we need to spend much time on this.
Somebody is telling me, huh? Yes.
I think the VP is right with regards to, yes, somebody can be mentally sound and healthy, but is underperforming. And, you know, the law should allow the removal of the person, yes. But then for infirmity of the body and of sound mind, you, like others have said, there is a, you know, medical board that is requested. But for performance, like you said, I agree, the board is well placed to do that assessment. But it has to be in the law also that empowers the board to do that recommendation to the president, so that the process is not abused. So for me, if the board should recommend to the president for that removal, just like in the cases we know about infirmity, who does that, then the law also should state that in terms of the removal because due to poor performance. That's my take on that.
Yes, Chair, I just want to remind members or to I want to revert back the mind of the members that if you look at appointment 14.1, I read, it said, the president, after consultation with the board and the PSC, shall appoint a director general for the center. I want to advise or propose we apply the same thing on subsection 5 to say the president may consult with the PSC and the board than just limiting it to the president.
You are taking us to a different dimension.
Not a different dimension.
Yeah, a completely different dimension.
No, speak.
What the problem now is does this capture what the intent? Because nobody was questioning the issue of president may remove the director general. Is what follows that is being questioned. If we settle that until we are ready, you can come up with another proposal. If we put them together, it will take us back. Please. Yes, I have one here on my table from the honorable member for Upper Salim. Can you read it, honorable member?
I can read it. It says, yes, the heading is fine. Then I say 1, the president may remove the director general from office. 4, then I have A, inability to perform the function of his office arising out of physical or mental incapacity, or B, from gross misconduct or incompetence. And we stop there.
Hadim, can you say it again?
Actually, I pull it from the Anti-Corruption Act that we dealt with here, word to word. It says the president may remove the director general from office. 4, then A, inability to perform the functions of his or her office arising out of physical or mental incapacity, or B, gross misconduct or incompetence. So the misconduct is about the crimes you may have caused, and the incompetence about your performance here.
Honorable members, this proposal came from who? Willie East. Are you satisfied with this one? Not maybe. You are either it's good for you or not. This one more than that one. It means they are
Comfortable.
better.
I'm not so comfortable about the incompetence, but
You don't understand me. He said he agrees with this one more than that one. That implies there is something better than even this one. And if there is something better than this one, we want to get that one. That is also the best for us.
if they can clarify to me how that incompetence will be decided, that's all I'm confused about.
I can explain. If you look at the functions of the board, let me go there. On section 8, I think it should be 8, hold on. Let's check. I think just check 8H, I think. 8H, check 8H. Hold on. 8H, yes. Read. Can you check 8H? I lost it here. No, check. It's about supervising. Huh? 8H. What's there? Aha, exactly. So that one is the board's responsibility to monitor his performance. I think it's 8H, right?
8H.
Yes. I lost it on my machine.
8H. Monitor and evaluate the performance of the Director General and the senior management team of the center.
Yes.
Yes. So that tells you it's the board's responsibility to monitor the performance of this Director General. So where the board satisfies that this one is not performing for various metrics that are set, then the president will use that to allow him to go. Yeah, the answer is there.
Yes, Honorable Speaker, yes, we are fine with that. Like I said, our concern was that normally the legislation does not have anything in terms of poor performance. This is why we now try to bring it in subsequent legislation.
Chair, take note. Please, take note this, please.
The
Take note.
proposal now is the president may remove the Director General from office Am I right? Yeah. There isn't?
8, you have 2 H. That's why members were going up and down. If you check, there are 2 H's in 8. Check.
Yes.
Please correct the last one to be K.
Honorable Speaker, the member was sleeping. That answer had been corrected already.
Corrections are done long time.
No, corrections are done long time. Aina and Rabbit, please.
So as I said, the proposal is the president may remove the director general from office for inability to perform the functions of his functions, the functions of his office arising out of physical or mental incapacity, or B, for gross misconduct and incompetence. Yes, Honorable.
I had a suggestion wherein you start stating the clause as the president shall remove the director in consultation with the board, because these recommendations are to come from the board itself. So he has to be in consultative with the board. But if it is just stated as it is, where is he sourcing his recommendations? Where is he proving his recommendations on that dismissal or termination?
Honorable Opasal, use your mic.
Yes, what I'm saying is, you do not expect the president to remove a person just like that without any evidence. And no, wait, just listen what I'm saying. And even if he does, there are institutions in this country who are mandated to check on that, like the ombudsman, for example. No, that's why we have those institutions. So you would expect the president would follow the due process to ensure that you remove somebody because of for lack of performance. But where would the president get that lack of performance from? From the board. It's automatic. We can add it, but for me, I think it's not necessary because it's automatic here.
Chair, this one.
It's Talindi. Chair, he gave it to Talindi. Ask. He said Talindi. We all raise up.
Why, Kiam?
So,
is it?
No, you know we are neighbors.
So I was saying, we are making law, a progressive law for that matter. Let us not leave any opening that can be abused in the future by the presidency. Just because you have a president who will not abuse it does not mean in the future you cannot have another one who will abuse it. We are from a system. So let's close all possibility of abusing that position. So what I'm saying, just like he's saying, we have to put something that, because if it is incompetence or poor performance, like the VP is, in fact, I'm in line with VP for insisting to put poor performance instead of incompetence. But it should come from the board. The board should recommend that the director, is incompetent or is underperforming, so that the president, uses that. So let's say in the case of poor performance, the board shall recommend to the president for the removal of the director. Something like that. But if you put it like, who measures competence now? Because who measures incompetence? Who measures the performance? It's the board. It's the board. So they should play an active role in this removal in terms of performance. Let it be in the law. Don't agree, just agree. Let it be there.
I like the go 2 steps, 3 steps backward, 2 steps, 3 steps. We are not progressive. Now, the issue on at hand now is people want it to be regulated, meaning to have, instead of saying the president may remove, they want to know that the president may remove based on certain things. Is it in consultations or following recommendations? Listen, my friend, and you are mostly wrong. So when people are talking, you listen, and then we'll give you floor, you also talk. No, you are mostly, that's an opinion I'm expressing. I am always, most of the time, I'm the one overseeing and caring, and I see that most of the things you do, you are wrong. Not me. You are not to determine that. You see what I'm just saying? He just flouted another law. And as we go, he will continue to be flouting. I'm very fair to you. I am only honest with my conscience. You know, what I was saying is, the issue here, as raised by the member for Combo East, is that we incorporate something that will be a check on it. Meaning, the president removes, he wants it to say either in consultation or following recommendations of the board, you know, because it can be in consultations, but the information about the performance of those people can only come from the board. And therefore, it can be following recommendations from the board or whatever. This is what I want us to look at. Yes, Central Badibu.
Honorable member of Combo is suggested that in consultation with the board. So in consultation with the board or in the from the recommendation from the board, that's what we want. We want it to be in consult. Is it in consultative or the recommendation? Babula Jurola Jurobula Bale, it's all the same.
No, we must take one, and they are different. Yeah, that's what we are looking for. You come with a proposal.
Consultation.
That's what you want. Very good. Yeah, you want in consultations. Yes, Tammy?
Thank you, Chair. I also abide with what the member for Combo is said. It should be in consultation with the board rather than the president alone.
Kiang West.
Honorable Chair, in consultation is different from recommendation from the board. They are very much different. So if the intent of their amendment to ensure that it's not abused, it is the best fitting one is from the recommendation. It's from the recommendation.
Honorable Opasalum.
You can lean back to the committee. Yes. What we can do, since that one is number one, we can add number two, where we can say before the president before the removal of the Director General, the president may consult with the board, and then that's it.
To add that, if that is what you are going to do, you say in consultation with the board, the president may. You can just continue. Yeah, there is no need for another thing. Now, the two different things here is in consultation with the board and then following recommendations from the board.
Yes.
You know, these are two different things.
Here from the committee now.
In consultation with the board is one thing, and it means differently when it comes to following recommendations, because this one, it originates from the board to say that our Director General is not performing because of A, B, and these are our reasons. And then the president now may look at it and say, I'm removing him or not removing. The other one is in consultation with the board. It can emanate from the president. It can emanate from the board. They can all look at it. These are the two things. What do we put in now? Yes, the honorable member for Kiang Combo East.
I agree to the suggestion that we phrase it as in recommendation of following recommendation from the board, because it should emanate from the board, not something that will be in consultative, meaning the president will swing it to bring it to the people's decision. So in following
in consultation.
Following recommendation to consultation.
You are changing from the original to this one. Yes, honorable members.
Yes, I agree. It's fine. Let's make progress.
Everybody?
Yes. Let's make progress.
So how do we word it?
Honorable Speaker.
Yes.
With your permission, I think we will be rather more comfortable with in consultation than following recommendation. The reality is that I'm sure other members know, sometimes there is collusion between the executive of the organization and the board. So if you want to wait for recommendation, when collusion happens, then that recommendation will not come. This is our...
Honorable Chair, this one,
yes, Kiam.
This one, the Vice President, His Excellency has not put this one very well. What might cause that? But what we do know is that the board is the oversight body on the Director General. They appraise his performance, they owe her performance, and the entire directorate. So if that director is not performing, so the removal of that Director General should emanate from that board. To tell the president, because they don't have the power to remove, but they should be able to recommend based on the poor performance and send to the president, and the president removes.
Yes, I think you said that very clear, and I think we almost agreed on that. But what's happening is, if there is connivance between the Director General and the board to the detriment of the institution, and it comes to the notice of the president or any other person or the minister, what happens? You know, none of them will report that. None of them. The Director General will not go and report that. So that is what, honorable members, that's what the Vice President put up for us to look at it. Yes, honorable member for Woolly East.
Chair, the normality we are used to is that if the president wants to appoint, he consults the board. But when the president, when it comes to dismissal, the information should emanate from the board to the president. But now a scenario is coming. That was my argument, that if you say the board reports, there can be a feud among them, and then they can come together and write something against the director, just to be able to inform the president to remove, and vice versa. So I think, I don't know, the recommendation that is coming now, I think I will revert to that. That let there be consultation.
And most of the bills that we pass here, now we give the president the power to appoint. And we said those powers are constitutional. If I learned in the morning, somebody made mention of that. Now he has the power to appoint. Now, but we said in consultation. Okay, now the power to remove also, there has to be, consultation. Do you understand? To make it balanced. But if you said now recommendation, all the laws that we pass here, usually we say in consultation.
Of all sides. That's the fear of the president removing somebody competent, etc., without checks or based on nothing, or to the institutions also complying to do something to mislead people, and they will not report each other. All right, and it is also possible that the board can be a Director General may be very principled, not to the liking of the board, and then therefore the board can just say that he be removed. Equally, the board and the Director General could be so close that they can be doing things bad, and they will never report each other for that. And then how would somebody intervene to remove them? So why don't we now use just in consultation so that both sides consult each other?
Those president knows about that before he or she consults.
That's why consultations. Now the board can now go and consult the president and tell him, for instance, A, B, and C is happening. Or if the president hears something also, he consults the board and say, I understand A, B, and C is happening, and the two will work it out.
Let's compromise and move.
Yeah.
This one.
So the wording would be, the president in consultation, the president in consultation with the board may remove the Director General from office for a, what I've read before. Huh? Are you okay with that? The President, is that okay, Honorable Saba? Is that okay? The President, in consultation with the board, may remove. Huh? Where are we? 14.5. 14.5. 14.5 should now read, the President, in consultation with the board, may remove the Director General from office for A, inability to perform the functions of his office arising out of physical or mental incapacity, or B, gross misconduct or incompetence. Well, yes, can you help me? His or her office. You know, you are the people who caused this problem. Prior to this thing, when the Constitution or anybody talks about his, it refers to both of them. This gender activism brought these things down. You will be putting his stroke her, his stroke her all the time. Yes, include his or her. His functions of his or her office arising under. So that is it. You have captured it. It is proposed that clause 14, appointment of the Director General of the Center, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 15, functions of the Director General.
It is proposed that clause 15, functions of the Director General, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 16, directors and unit heads.
It is proposed that clause 16, directors and unit heads, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 17, other staff of the center.
No issue.
It is proposed that clause 17, other staff of the center, stand part of the bill. Yes?
Let me raise this because it's clause 17.3. 17.3. No, 17.2 A and B. Notwithstanding subsection 1, other staff may include such officers as may, upon request by the center, be moved on secondment or transfer from public enterprises. And B, such public officers as may, upon request by the center, be moved on secondment or transfer from state organs. So,
moved on secondment or transferred from public enterprises. Now, that's public enterprises. It's not the only public enterprises. There are other state organs. This is what this other one captures other state organs. You can be moved from there. Yeah, just like secondment. Secondment happens in government. Secondment, people have been going on secondment from one ministry to the other, one department to the other. All right. It is proposed that clause 17. Yes.
Yes, on the 17.2, 2A, if you look, secondment to be or transferred from public, the public is spelled wrong. Public enterprises. Hey, my eyes are good. Hey. Yeah.
Honorable Member for Upper Saloon. Part-time officers. Noted, it is proposed that clause 17, other staff of the center stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 18, submission of report.
Honorable Chair.
Yes, please.
Yes, submission of reports. The committee proposed the following amendment. One, the board shall refer all reports to the National Security Council for review before submission to the early warning directorate of the community commission. That's the committee proposal.
What do we have? The Vice President, a quarterly report in respect of the activities of the center for the former's consideration and for the latter's information. To the board, not later than 10th day after the receipt of the report, referred to in subsection 1, shall consider the report. 2, 3, the board, not later than the 7th day after the receipt of the report, may direct the center to submit the approved report to the early warning directorate of the community commission. Yes?
Yes. I said we are including this
thing.
The board shall refer all reports to the National Security Council for review before submission to the early warning directorate of the community commission. 2, that the daily situational report of the Mechanism Coordinating Center, NCCRM, to be submitted to ONS under the Security Information and Operations Center for better coordination of security and crisis response. Those were the 2 that we've added, yeah.
We are making the job very, very daily. They should be able to collect from them. If we were to make these things, anyway.
Yeah, because the reason advance was
that by the security.
Yeah, the reason advance was because National Security Council is we want them to take the lead of all these issues. That's why we've added these 2 there.
It has some other elements other than national security. Yes, so what we are saying is they can get information if they want to get information. If we are talking about a daily reporting, that is not easy. Daily reporting. Your Excellency, what's your
Yes,
opinion?
Honorable Speaker. Actually, our opinion is that, first of all, the National Early Warning Center, they are not primary collectors of data. They are secondary collectors of data. And as far as national security is concerned, the National Security Council, they are getting the information directly from the primary collectors of data, from the police, from the SIS and other sources. And those are the same sources that are also supplying the National Early Warning Center. All right, so I think this is the clarification we want to make.
In the National Early Warning Center, they get their sources, their information data from other primary sources. Under the national security, that's where they get their information from. They need not wait until these people have their primary sources given to them, and then they will collect it and give it to them. It will have been late by that time, in fact. So, it is proposed that clause 18, submission of reports, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 19, funds of the center.
It is proposed that clause 19, funds of the center, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 20, expenses of the center.
No issue.
It is proposed that clause 20, expenses of the center, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 21, estimates, accounts, and audit.
No issue.
It is proposed that clause 21, estimates.
This number 3, the center within 2 months after the end of the financial year. That within 2 months. That's abnormal. The law is saying actually within 3 months if you want to provide, except for central government. Central government is 6 months, but for all other institutions it's within 3 months. So I'm not too sure why we have 2 months here. If was there any explanation? Why? On number 3. Yeah, 21.3. Yes, within 2 months. Yeah, that's abnormal. Normally it's 3 months, yeah. Yeah. So I don't know if there's any specific reason. Maybe I don't know.
No, but this is submission to the Auditor General.
It is.
You know, if you remember, those 3 months are for the National Assembly.
Yes, Chair.
Yes.
Yes, I think 2 months is okay because this is administration.
Yeah, because institutions that are to submit to the National Assembly, they do so
It's all
within
about
3 months
administration.
after the end of the year. But submission to who? To the Auditor General. What about to the National Assembly?
Assembly is below 4. Check 4. For that of the National Assembly, 4 will, I think, will take care of that.
Different types of submission of accounts to the National Assembly. You know, accounts that form part of the Auditor General's accounts are there. There are some accounts that you get audited and then you send it to the National Assembly.
Yes, but you see, this one is actually talking about the statement. If it was part of the Vice President's office, which is also, they have their own BE now, and the auditor account is actually, is centralized for the government, then it's no issue. But the moment you separate it, that they prepare their own accounts, then we have to go by the law, and the law says 3 months. Because you don't expect, for example, other institutions under the office of the Vice President to prepare accounts and submit to the Auditor General. But if you indicate it here, then it must go by what the law says, and the law says 3 months.
Honorable, I think here, if they say 3 months, like the law is saying 3 months, and then administration-wise, it's before 3 months, I think it's fine. What matters here if it goes beyond 3 months?
No. Because see, to prepare accounts takes time. Because there are a lot of things that goes behind the scenes. Because at the end of the day, they're all under the same BE. Like they don't have their own budget entity. They're under the office of the Vice President. And at the end of the year, certain things actually has to happen before you prepare your own account and submit. And then because when you prepare it, it takes time to prepare. So if you reach the time frame, and you see the reason why they put 3 months is for good reason. Because that would give you time to be able to ensure that whatever you are preparing is credible. You prepare a credible account and then submit. If you shorten it,
within the 2 months.
They?
If you are able to prepare
no.
before the 3
No
months.
big deal, no big deal. If you're able to prepare even within 1 month, it's
Exactly.
fine.
So it's
Yeah,
about
but-
administration.
No, but when the law says 3 and you're able to do is 2, it's fine. But the issue is if the law says 3, you want to make it 2, that's where the issue is. If they are able to finish by end of January, that's no issue. But the problem is if you cap it at 2 months and something happened and they're unable to do that, they'll be going against the law. So I think the best thing is let's be consistent. The law says 3 months, let's allow them to do 3 months, except central government accounts.
Yeah, but you are seeing sometimes people are going beyond 3 months. And what happens?
Let's look at it. Let's look at the whole thing.
No, people are going
Let's
beyond
look
3
at
months.
Honorable. Let's look at
Nothing
the whole
happens for
thing.
them.
21-1. The center, honorable member for Upper Salon. Can you read it?
The center within 2 months after the end of the financial year.
21-1.
1, okay.
You read 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Okay. The center, not later than 3 months before the end of the financial year, make and submit to the Vice President for approval estimates of the income and expenditure of the center for the ensuing year. Yes, no, this is about the budget we are preparing. Yeah, this is about the budget. And then 2, the center shall keep proper books of records and accounts of its income and expenditure and prepare a statement of accounts for each financial year. Which means they are required to prepare a financial statement. Then 3, the center within 2 months after the end of the financial year shall submit its statement of account to the Auditor General for audit.
Instead of end of March, end of February.
Exactly, yes. Instead of
All
end of
right,
February.
all right, go ahead.
Then 4, the auditor accounts of the center and the Auditor General's report of those accounts shall form part of the Auditor General's overall annual report to the National Assembly. And then 5, the financial year of the center shall be from January to December 31st. So this is exactly what I'm saying.
My disagreement with you is that I know the law is saying like 3 months. Like for me being the administrator, I'm the one administering things. I can put a deadline of like 2 months. In case they did not report, the extension now of 1 month to meet the deadline would be okay. We have seen reports where people are preparing.
What the member is saying is that if we are given 3 months, you, the administrator, can give
2 months.
2 months.
Or 1 month.
And so that you will meet the deadline.
Yes.
But if law gives you 2 months, 2 months, you, the administrator, cannot extend that.
Exactly. Because in fact, all the acts of parliament we have dealt with, they say 3 months.
That's what he's saying.
Yes, Chair.
All of them, yeah.
Chair.
Yes.
Yes, as per the committee, I think let's make progress. These are very straightforward thing. Let's agree for 3 months and we move.
Let me hear the comment from His Excellency.
Honorable Chair, I think we are okay with that. 3 months.
So, honorable members, instead of the center within 2 months in top 3 of 21, it should read within 3 months. It is proposed that clause 21, estimates, accounts, and audit, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 22, annual report.
No issue.
It is proposed that clause 22, annual report, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 23, sub-regional cooperation.
No issue.
It is proposed that clause 23, sub-regional cooperation, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 24, confidentiality.
No issue.
It is, yes.
This official oaths, is it that you have different oaths and the persons to take all those oaths, or is only
Where are you
one
making
oath?
reference? Where are you making reference to?
24.
24 where?
1.
Yes, be specific and lead us to your place.
1. The members of the board and the staff of the center, before assuming office, shall take and subscribe to the official oaths specified in the schedule. I'm saying you may have, reason why you say oaths is maybe you have 2 or 3 different type of oaths. And then you want the person to take all those oaths.
No, it's oath of secrecy, oath of office, etc., oath of allegiance, different oaths. You have to take the oath of office. You have to take the oath of secrecy. You have to take the oath of allegiance.
Honorable, can I refer you back to that area? Check. They're there.
No, yeah. So it is proposed that clause 24, confidentiality, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 25, offenses for disclosure of information.
Yes, please.
When you go to 25.2, where it's talking about a person who contravenes subsection 1 commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of $45,000 or imprisonment of not less than 1 month and not more than 3 months. I was thinking that if we just put blanketly 45,000, may not be, but if we say not more than 100,000 and not less than 45,000. Yes, it depends on the offense you cause. The court will determine that.
I think we need to refer to the infractions on the access to information. When somebody discloses information that you are not supposed to, we need to take that particular law and apply it here, because this is exactly what he's saying, that if you disclose and you are not supposed to disclose. So let's make reference to the...
yes, but what we are saying is, let's look at this particular 25. Can you read for us?
Subject to the Constitution and Access to Information Act 2021, a person shall not disclose any information of that person or to which that person had access to the performance of functions under this act, or to which that person had access in the administration or enforcement of this act, and from which there can be inferred the identity of A, any other person who is or was a confidential source of information or assistance to the center, or B, a person who is or was an employee engaged in operational activities of the center. A person who contravenes subsection 1 commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction with a fine of 45,000.
You are defined the range from not more than
100,
not less than
45.
But now all what this one is saying is that fine should increase. No, we will give the court latitude if we feel the crime should, the severity of the crime would warrant an additional more money than 45,000. But is that so? No, you don't understand me. You want us to give the court range. That is 45, for instance, to 100. That is depending that we know that there could be a crime that could go up to 100. Otherwise, we will not give the discretion to the court. So that's what we are saying now. For this crime, do you think it can range up to 100,000 for the crime? I'm not saying it's serious or not serious. That crime can be punished with those amount of money? If it is yes, just say yes. Yes, that's what I'm saying. Somebody was saying something. Upper Salum.
Yes, what I'm saying is we need to refer to the Access to Information Act and then check what is the penalty if somebody discloses information that you are not supposed to disclose. This is exactly the same thing. So we need to look at it and then align it to make sure that there is no ambiguity. So if you give me 2 minutes, I can check.
One may be more serious because that one, access to information, deals with all other informations. And this one is specific to specific issues. So
no, Chair, because when you are disclosing, it's so it's the same thing as somebody within the institution also disclose it. In fact, this one should be more severe because we are working there. It should be more severe.
No,
than somebody who's
what I'm
outside.
saying, access to information.
Yes.
Which office does it relate to?
Okay, the access to information, they have a commission. And what happens is there's a commission that actually oversees their work. Yes. They relate to all government
All
institutions.
government institutions, including this particular one.
Exactly. Exactly.
This is what I'm saying now.
Yes.
I'm saying that access to information relates to all. All right. So there are other crimes that may not be that may not be able to be happen here, could happen some other institutions, and the punishments are there. So that's why I said this one is specific to an institution. That one cannot be the same as that one.
But yeah, look at it this way. If you are working here and there's information that I disclose, I'm not supposed to disclose. Now, the same thing also, I have information in this institution and I give to the Information Commission, and somebody there, staff,
from the National Assembly, as regards to this information you may disclose at a security point or at another point, will be different, and the severities will be different. This one covers a particular one, and there is one that covers everything. You cannot expect the punishments to be the same. Because that one covers even this institution we are talking about.
It will be now a matter of just copying from that one and pasting it.
Yes.
No, it should not be like that.
Yes. Yeah, Honorable Councillor.
Honorable Speaker, I think as what you're putting it is right. Access to information is broad. This one talks about the center. In that center, you leak the information. The punishment is talking about that center alone. So if we were to tag with others, I think we'll end up confusing ourselves. So let's leave it as it is.
We can allow him. All right, Honorable. We can allow him to reference that one, find out from the information this thing, what is the punishment and all these things. We listen to it. It can better inform us. You can find out. Yes, Honorable Member for Williams.
No, I'm just saying the 25 is saying subject to the Constitution and Access to Information Act. Yes, it's saying Access to Information Act. It's telling us directly that. That's what I'm saying. That means that, yes.
Yes, go ahead.
So that means that if we are going to be looking at the punishment here, like he said, we should find out. If you violate this rule under the Information Act, what is the penalty? At least if we do that,
the Information Act, this is there already. There's no doubt about that. But there is nothing bad in borrowing it and putting it somewhere. It's not bad. But what I'm trying to say is, if we are putting it, we must be mindful not to exceed, because this one is only a unit. It only goes to cover a unit. If we come to find out that in the Information Act, it's only less than 45,000 for all those crimes at various institutions, and you come and make this 100,000, that's not fair. That's why I said let's allow him cross-reference. And yes, Honorable.
Through the intent of the drafters here, because I'm not a drafter, but it is subject to the Constitution and Access to Information Act. It's not directing us to a specific action in the action. It is telling you, although the Constitution gives you access to information, although the Constitution Act gives you access to information, you cannot do this. That's the intent of it. It's not comparing an offense in the Information Act. No. Subject to the Constitution. It means if you want to go to Information Act now to bring offenses, then you should also go to Constitution and bring offenses.
No.
It's not comparing, because the drafters know what they are doing. That's why the penalties are there.
We are not saying that. What this is telling you is information is fundamental. And what it's saying that access to information actually gives you certain rights. The Constitution also gives certain rights for you to be able to disclose. It doesn't mean that you are contravening that. What we are saying is the contravention in the access to information, when you disclose something that you're not supposed to disclose, that's what we are referring to. The Constitution and ATI make the reference because people have powers under these two laws to be able to disclose information. Sometimes it could be proactive disclosure or otherwise. We are not talking about what we're talking about. If you infringe on that, yeah.
Yes. You know, when you talk about subject to the Constitution and Access to Information Act, subject to those ones, the law is telling us those ones have an upper hand over this law. Meaning the Constitution and the Information Act, whatever we put here, they have the upper hand. That has to be established. The other thing also is, subject to those things, we can put anything we want not to go contrary to those ones. That's when you said, let me reference that act. He said, go and reference it. It will better inform us to see what we can put here, or whether we will be satisfied just by what is in those acts, or whatever. Have you referenced it?
One of the offenses is saying not less than $50,000 and not more than 500,000, or imprisonment of not less than 6 months. The offenses as hold on. Is somebody who you destroy, you damage, you alter, you conceal, you falsify, you obstruct, you interfere, etc., etc. It's a very long list. Yeah, yeah. So not what he's trying to say is like you give the caveat, like the gravity of the crime, for example. You say not less than 50,000, but not more than 500,000. And then that's time you give the judge or the magistrate, whatever, to determine the gravity of the issue. And then you say 100,000 or 100 or whatever in between. Or, yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. So what we are trying to say is like you give a range, not less than 50,000, but not more than 500,000, or imprisonment of 6 months. Now, or both. Now, or both, what that means is if the culprit doesn't repent and was whatever, then you hammer him very hard. Very hard, you know what I mean? So that's it. So you give a range to allow the judge, depending on the severity. If it is a simple thing, you don't expect that person to be charged 500,000. But if it is something that's grave, that you disclose, then you may be hammered for 500,000. And during the course of the trial, for example, if you go to trial, for example, and you have not shown any remorse, and in fact you are trying to ridicule whatever, then they hammer you with another prison sentence.
So you observe that if you use the Information Act, the minimum fine is 500,000. Is it 50 or 500? Sorry? Minimum is 50. Okay, you see in that act, the minimum is 50,000. In that act, the minimum, the simplest, easiest way, you'll be paying 50%. In this particular one here, the biggest crime, you can only be fined 45,000. So the two don't work. They don't align well. So I think, yes.
Read it again. This is destroying evidence and all those things. Yes, but they are not the same.
Chair, I think the member is talking about the General Office of the Information Act. This is a different unit. And if we are to put them together, we'll defeat our purpose. So I think let's maintain the way it is. We don't need, wait. Honorable, you have to understand.
All right,
yes.
It is 3 months. It is in is it 1 month? 1 month. And that other one was 6 months. This is 1 month. What? 30,000 to 45,000. And then a punishment of 2 to 3 months, 2 to whatever you want to put it.
When I read it, my mind goes to, it looks like it is people who are connected to the center, who are in this thing, they are in this enterprise, and then they have information, and then they go and disclose it. This is what it is saying. And you know, these are people who already know. They are there and they know, and deliberately they go and expose the information to somebody else.
Them may be working in the institutions they are being punished for. Yes. So what are you suggesting, Honorable?
Not more than 100,000. and not less than 45 or 50. Yes. Not more than 100 and not less than.
No, not less than 45 and not more than 100. Yes, Honorable.
Yes, like I've had the two options here. What the honorable member for Upper Salom is trying to emphasize on is access, this access to information. This clause that he has just made mention. It's like if you don't put it into consideration, the victim might fall into these two fines. They might fine him from this act, and at the same time fall into the access to information fine, and then get this. So I'm suggesting that we be within the caveat of 50,000, between 50,000 and 100,000, so that it will consider the act for access to information fines, and at the same time cover this one that we are dealing with.
Honorable
So
Speaker.
let it be. I'm suggesting that it be between 50,000 and 60,000, or in default.
They are different.
Or in default.
They are completely different. Even what he talks about in the text itself,
yes,
is completely different from what is being mentioned here.
Honorable Speaker.
Yes, Honorable.
Yes, for me, I think maybe we are comparing two things that are separate. This is a center. This is a center. It's different from Information Commission or Information Act. The center could come with their own laws that will punish members in the center. So the Information Act is also another body. So I think the way it is, we maintain it. Then it will be the needful. The way it is, I don't think.
Why people are worried?
Yes.
Is the crime, the various possible crimes are not the same.
Yes.
Within the institution.
Yes.
And you are treating them the same. That's why they want it to vary from this amount to this amount, depending on the crime and the severity of the crime.
Yeah, but when
that is good in the sense that it gives the judge to determine how severe it is and where he can place you. I think that's the purpose. But besides that, we are all in the same light as to they are different. So where we draw the brackets is where probably we may differ.
Yeah, I suggest this.
Yes?
Yes, from 20 minimum, maximum 45.
Thank you. Yes, I agree. There must be a lower limit and upper limits to find, so that the gravity of the situation can determine how much they. But then I don't agree with what he just suggested. I go by 45 to 100, so that the judge will determine, the seriousness of it.
We cannot spend the whole day on this now. What I have observed, we have agreed on is there is need to retain this, but it should be.
Honorable Speaker.
Who is talking? Who wants to talk? Busumbala, yes?
Honorable Speaker, looking at the provisions here, and what people are making reference to, that is access to information bill, it will all depend on the gravity of the offense committed. So I think as it is stated in this provision, it should be left as it is. If during the course of investigation, they were convinced that the crime being committed is of grave increase in gravity, then they can refer to, they can decide to charge the person under that Order Act 2, access to information. Yes, it is possible to have an accused person being charged under this act, and that will not stop preferring charges on him on the Order Act also, if at all the crime committed has a huge potentials.
You cannot be punished twice for two crimes. But honorable members, I think our problem here is we all believe in the same principle. It's just that we know that whatever crime it is, they cannot be equal. That's our problem. Even stealing, when you steal, some people steal $10, some people steal 1 million, some people 10 million. They are different. So what we are saying, what they are saying is, now depending on the severity of the crime, give the judge at least space to be able to make that determination, and then based on that, he'll be able to do A, B, C, D, or E. I think that's the whole reason. If the crime is, but what we have agreed is, the list for that crime is 45,000. However you think the crime is not serious, is 45. If we feel that it can be less than 45, then we should start from that number to the upper limit. Yes, Honorable.
Yes. Alternatively, we can leave the fine blank, and maybe allow the judge to base it on the Criminal Offences Act. If you look at the Criminal Offences Act, it's telling you on Section 35 where a fine is not indicated. Then you see that the judge now will look at the gravity and all that's on their own. There's a way they look at it, and then they put a fine, whatever it is. If we cannot agree on 45 or 50, whatever, you can leave it blank. You know, and then they can refer. They can only. Yeah.
He's saying we can just say
you committed.
We can just say you have committed a crime.
Full stop. Yes.
And then.
Yes, and in that
after
case,
investigation, they will charge you under the right, the proper provision.
Yes, because if you just do that, like you have committed a crime, full stop. Then, if you are taken to court, then the court will understand that this particular crime, there is no amount of fine on it. Then they're going to refer to the Criminal, Offences Act on 35, and then they will be able to calculate whatever, and then they move.
From what you read, there is a baseline of 50.
That one, if you look at the offenses, there are about 4 or 5 offenses, and that one does not have to do with disclosure of information. It has to do with destroying evidence and other material. There is nothing in that offense that indicates disclosure of information.
There should be one in the Information Act on disclosure of information.
No, we did not find that.
That should be there.
It will not be there.
Huh?
It will not be there.
Disclosure of information in the Information Act. If that is not there, then what is the purpose of the bill?
What we can also do, maybe I don't know, Honorable. What happens if a civil servant discloses information that you are not supposed to disclose? What is the punishment now? Maybe that would guide us. If we know exactly the repercussion of that, maybe that would help us to determine that.
Are you telling us that in the Information Act, disclosure of information is an offense? It's not there.
Honorable Speaker. No, they have offenses, and they list so many offenses. Like when you destroy information, when you damage information.
Information, disclosure of information that is not disclosed. Is that not stated in the Act, in the Information Act?
I have not seen that.
Honorable Speaker. Honorable Speaker.
Yes. Check again.
Yes, Chair. I think this bill, if you look at its totality, it's talking about the disclosure of information. For example, the guy, the employee working in the center, is different from access to information where the information is destroyed, distorted, did a whole lot of issues. So here, I think, as per the look of this bill, the way it is, the committee went with vigorous, with stakeholders. Let's leave it as it is and we continue. The way it is and the way it has been led, it's fine. Because if not, we'll be mixing apple and oranges, banana and whatever.
Problem is, you are not addressing one issue. And I want you to go further to address that. The concerns raised is, as per this act, this bill, the offenses here will not all be the same. So how can you punish all of them the same? That's why there has to be a range. If you feel, for instance, it talks about 45. The 45 may be the average, probably. Or for him, the 45 is the barest minimum. We don't know what informed them. But what we want to do is to make sure that we give them the opportunity to tell them that this punishment, this crime, the degree of the crime varies. And therefore, we try to give latitude to the judge to see what can be done. That's the difference. So what do we do now? Are we taking the 45?
Yes.
100?
Honorable Speaker. Speaker. Yeah, now let's do it this way. Suggestion. We use 45 as the lower limit. 45,000 as the lower limit. Then 100,000 maximum, because this is also a matter of security. Then the sentence also, the imprisonment, it says not less than 1 month or not more than 3 months. Now let's say not less than 3 months and not more than 6 months. Yes, it's fine.
So you are saying that the 1 month should change to 3 months.
Then now let's leave 1 month, then maximum 6 months. We change 3 to 6. The amount is within the range, 45 to 100.
Your Excellency, the problem now is
yes,
for 25(2), commits the punishment instead of to a fine of 45,000. They're saying to a fine of not less than 45,000 and not more than 100,000. And then the in default, or is it or in default? Or is this or imprisonment for not less than 1 month or more, and for not also more than 6 months?
6 months, yeah. No, Abijah.
Honorable Speaker, we are okay with that.
You are okay with both. So, honorable members,
yes,
His Excellency device is okay with all of them. What said now is commits an offense and is liable on summary conviction to a fine of not less than 45,000, not less than $45,000.
Yes.
And not more than
100,000.
$100,000, or imprisonment
of not less
than 1 month.
1 month,
and not
more than
6 months. Instead of 3 is 6 months.
Yes.
And in this one, it means you cannot be given the 2. It means you can, if you are fined and you pay it, you cannot be sent to prison. You know. So are we fine with that? Okay?
It's okay.
I now put the question. It is proposed that clause 25, offenses for disclosure of information, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 26, regulations.
No issue.
Propose that clause 26, regulations, stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Clause 27, transitional provision.
It is proposed that clause 27, transition, yes?
No. 27A, where you have the president, the second to last line. We just put an article D before the president, before president. You've seen it. by the president.
Oh, okay, Honorable. Recommendation. Aside from clause by clause recommendation, a technical working group has proposed.
Article 27, transitional provision. That's where you are.
It's okay.
Now, that's what we are doing now. It is proposed that clause 27, transitional provisions, stand part of the bill as amended. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it.
Yes, Honorable Chair.
Yes, please.
Apart from this, we have, aside from clause by clause recommendation, the committee proposed this, a technical working group as proposed by the National Environment Agency should be proposed by the bill, which shall comprise all the vital institutions at the enforcement level, not policy. We can also directly advise the board, which can also directly advise the board on issues of the center. I don't know. That's what we talk of. The technical working group shall be specified as the advisory nature. We want to put this to the vice president and maybe hear his suggestion.
You know, the problem here is if you want to insert now, you have to do a lot of work because you must go and bring the TOR and all these things into it. And that should have happened. You should have done the details and make a proposal on what it should be. Otherwise, we have to leave it for them to put that into regulation, in their own regulations. Yes, Honorable.
Yes, what I was going to say.
Oh, another suggestion?
No, what I was going to say, actually, that is more of administrative. And with administration, you leave it with the institution to prepare their own administration. Yeah.
Yes, and I think the National Environment Agency, the bill is also before us. We will do the needful there also. Then we forgo this one. Yes, the bill will be before us.
So, go ahead.
Schedule.
It is proposed that schedule official oaths stand part of the bill. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. Yes, please. Pardon?
There's an omission before I raise it, we skip it. At clause 18(2). Yes. The board not later than 10th day, the 10th day.
The board not later than
D. Have you seen
where
it?
is it? 18 sub 2, the board not later than 10th day.
Yes, the 10th day.
D.
Yes.
Then you will first of all have to rescind the decision. You have to move a motion for us to rescind our earlier decision, and then we will move a motion to do this amendment, and then.
Yes, I move for the Committee of Supply to rescind its decision on clause 18, submission of reports.
Any seconder? Any seconder? Yes, Honorable Member for Nyani.
Yes, motion seconded.
Honorable members, it has been moved and seconded that we rescind our earlier decision on clause 18, submission of reports. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. And the proposal now is 18.2. The board not later than 10th. You should have the article D. THE. Huh? Nothing less than the 10th day. Or you are saying nothing, that's a different, that's a not different. Yeah, the format now is not. So that is the proposal. Those in favor, please say aye. Those not in favor, please say no. The ayes have it. So the amendment is taken. So honorable members, we have come to the end of the committee of the whole house. Now we will go to resume the assembly. Honorable members, the assembly now resumes. Honorable members, the third reading of the Early Warning and Response Mechanism Bill 2025 is scheduled for Wednesday, 17th December 2025, for His Excellency, the Vice President, to move for its third reading. However, before this date, the office of His Excellency, the Vice President, is hereby urged to comply with Standing Order 72 sub 20 to ensure that the amended version of the bill is printed and circulated to members in advance. I thank you very much. Your Excellency, thank you very much. Honorable members, we have one more bill, we have one more consideration. Do we do it to finish, or we go out for break and come back?
No, I suggest we go for break. Yeah.
Okay. Honorable members, then I will suspend session. What's the time now? By my watch. By my watch, it's 18 past 3. When do we come back? 4. So I will suspend the session to 1600 hours sharp.